Get the action out of the way. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Lights here at Blattner Stadium, ROCORI High School. Tonight, we got a big night, big game.
Yes, we do. Homecoming week, too,
This
right?
is going to be huge, dude. Homecoming, we got Hall of Fame alumni coming in, and we got a 5-0 Fergus Falls team coming in.
Yeah.
So, want to make sure we get to it right away, because we got lots of stuff to talk about here in the pregame before we get kicked off for the band and the start of the game and everything else. You can hear the band in the background playing. So, real quick, we have title sponsors we want to thank. That's Cold Spring Family Dentistry, Teals Market, Granite Community Bank, McNellen Lane Family Dentistry, State Bank of Cold Spring, Alpine Cabinetry, Cold Spring Eye Clinic, State Farm Insurance, Dustin Upgrade Agency, Carlson and Stewart Refrigeration, River Youth Advantage, Bubbler. All-Star Nutrition is the official hydration sponsor of the ROCORI Spartan football program. And we have a big shout out to Chelsea Gray doing our yoga, pregame yoga on Thursdays. So thank you to all of our title sponsors. Thank you to all of our other sponsors. We really appreciate everything that you do for us. Couldn't do all of our programming without you. So, man, you ready to go?
Ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Oh,
I see a lot of stuff here on this sheet that we got to get through.
We got 2.5 pages of script.
I'm going to try and let you roll then.
All right. We'll be pulling you in for sure. So we got National Anthem is being played by the band tonight. They do every homecoming. They do a fantastic job. We'll make sure that we get a good shot of our band during that time. But at halftime, we got a lot happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's homecoming week here at ROCORI. Monday, they went through the coronation, figured out who the royalty was going to be. They'll be announced at halftime tonight. So if you want to see who the king and queen are and royalty are, they'll be here at halftime.
You get a
being
vote
announced.
in that this year?
I had no vote.
No vote. Okay.
So I have no idea who it is even.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little out of the loop.
Okay.
So we got that going on. Then, if we get time, we will be making sure that Connor Schoberg would be up for his turf talk.
Okay.
Yeah, offensive
I know he's a man of many words, so might be. We're gonna be able to get through that by the end of halftime.
It was a struggle to get 100 yards, like more than a couple questions in, because he just kept going. Great detail. No, I'm kidding. He's fantastic. So we'll see if we can get him in there too. Okay. And then we have the ROCORI Hall of Fame inductees going in tomorrow at the Blue Heron, Great Blue Heron in Cold Spring. So they will be announced at halftime as well. And with that, we have trivia questions set up for Bubbler prize pack giveaways. So we got a bunch of Bubbler swag. We're going to be giving that away tonight, and I got these gnats around me.
Yes, yeah.
But we'll be giving them away through the trivia questions.
Through the live chat, right?
What's that?
Through the live chat, Facebook and YouTube.
We'll be posting the questions on the scoreboard here, but then we'll also have it on the ROCORI Spartan Football Facebook page. So if you want to participate in the trivia prize pack winnings, you have to get on the ROCORI Spartan Football Facebook page. I'll get it out eventually.
There you go.
Yeah, get on that Facebook page and you can enter into the chat live. We'll go with the first correct answer for each of the questions, and we will have multiple questions, so you'll have multiple chances to win. You must be in attendance, though, to collect the winnings, okay? So that'll be between the first and second quarter. We want to make sure that we also let you know who our Hall of Fame inductees are. We got 7 of them. First one, everybody should know this name, Eric Decker.
Yep.
Okay, former ROCORI great in all of his sports. He's also giving the pregame speech to the boys tonight before they come on the field.
Sure, he's had a number of experiences in pregame speeches, both probably given a couple and heard a few too, so I got to imagine he's got something cooked up.
I think he's well-versed in delivering the content we need for these boys to get jacked up and ready to go.
For sure.
We also want to congratulate Kerry Turkowski, Justin Stummis, Jesse Westrup, Mark Johnson, Jane Walling, and Tim Kramer. This is a Hall of Honor if I've ever seen one.
Yeah,
the
it's a big
accolades
deal.
of these people are amazing.
Yes.
We talked about the Bubbler trivia, so now we're on to cross country, which seems weird to put in a pregame, but every homecoming, our cross country team goes to the school that we're playing. In this case, they went up to Fergus Falls a couple days ago, and they run the game ball back to Cold Spring.
Yeah, I was talking to cross country coach. Brad was telling me all about it. He said it's fun. I said, that doesn't sound very fun to me, but
I don't know. It's a 2-day run.
Yeah.
So they ran from Fergus Falls to Alexandria yesterday, and now they're running from Alexandria and timing it so they can come in at the right time for the game to deliver the ball today.
It's a lot of pressure if you're getting a little tired, losing a little wind. Like, hey, no, you got to go.
I know.
You're going to be late for kickoff.
It's really insane, but Coach Bauer, Coach Herrig, and Coach Ilias, they all do such a phenomenal job timing this out, putting this together, running with the kids. But so the game ball will be here. I don't see the cross-country team here yet, so they still got time.
15 minutes.
And we'll see. I bet you they'll be here.
Right on time.
So we'll have that taking place as our tradition has kept on with that. So tonight, Spartans coming off a big win last week versus Detroit Lakes here at ROCORI, and we want to keep that momentum going. So stat-wise, we're coming in tonight 4-1 overall, and as I mentioned, with the big win last week over DL, tonight Fergus Falls comes in 5-0.
Yeah, they've got an impressive resume. I mean, definitely played a lot of the teams that are on our schedule. I know they beat Becker a couple weeks ago by a couple of scores, so I know that it's going to be one of the toughest challenges that we've had in a couple weeks in front of us here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what better night to bring in a tough challenge than homecoming with
I
big
agree.
crowd and beautiful weather.
It's a perfect night for football,
Yes.
right? So they're coming in 5-0, and right now, according to the Minnesota Football Hub site, rankings are in this order: Marshall. And Marshall's also undefeated. They're 5-0 right now. Then ROCORI, then Wilmer, then Hutch. And that's in the Skyway Copper Conference.
Yes.
So we got those 4 teams in the Copper Conference there, and that's the rankings right now. And overall, we are ranked 28th in Class 4A. And figure this one out. Fergus Falls is ranked 40th. And this is according to Max Preps.
I said the Max Preps. I did see a Minnesota site that had posted that they were 4 or 6, and I think they had us at 9. So maybe a little more research done on that. I don't know.
It just seems a little off to have a 5-0 team ranked 40th. But we go with the stats that we're given, right? So for ROCORI so far, these stats are fairly impressive based on the season and how it's gone. Max Ferdin has thrown 96 completions for a total of 916 yards.
Creeping up on 1,000
yards.
yards.
He should hit 1,000 yards tonight. Which is an accolade in itself because most quarterbacks don't get that shot.
For sure, and I think, we've talked about it each game. You see the improvement and the command that he's had, and just overall how our offense is executing a little better. And he's the one leading it, but everyone coming together as a group. As we discussed last week, and we're kind of seeing it on the field as we've been rolling here the last few weeks a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So he's coming in with those stats. He's targeted Caleb Maddox 18 times for 351 yards. And then Saul Enns has 27 receptions for 148 yards. So between the two of them, they're racking it up on that end too.
Yeah, and there's a number of other guys that are touching the ball. If you'll see tonight, there's going to be 5, 6 guys that are going to catch passes for us, and it's sometimes it's going to be designed. Let's get a certain guy the ball at a certain time, or sometimes it's going to be a read, and that's when you'll kind of see the wealth get spread a little bit.
Right. Yeah, it's extremely viable that more receivers can get involved in the games. And will get involved as double teaming starts taking place or they change their coverages on who we're throwing to. But Ferdin's also leading the team in rushing yards with 211 on 61 carries. So he is really putting his feet to work this season as well.
For sure, and I think you're seeing, there's some designed runs that we actually didn't see a lot of that last week, but also just in the past game when he's become a lot more confident in what he's doing. He's getting through his progressions, and if his read isn't there, he's taking off.
Yep.
The way we spread teams out, a lot of times there's not a lot of guys left within the box to go make a play on him when he does take off.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. His scampering ability has improved quite a bit. When he doesn't have a receiver open, he's got to put his legs to work, and he's been doing a very good job of that. So now, Caleb Maddox is behind Ferdin with the carries. He's got 131 yards on 28 carries. And then defensively, Nolan Flatten is leading the team in tackles with 34 solo tackles. He's having a phenomenal season. And then we got Xander Folkers and Renner Haven right behind him.
Yeah, you see our guys on the second level, all those linebackers, they really like to fly around, and they make a lot of tackles, but a lot of times they're laying the wood when they do come downhill.
Absolutely.
When they're making those plays.
Fergus Falls comes in tonight, like we said, 5-0 with wins over Wilmer, DL, Becker, Zimmerman, and Princeton. And we still have a couple of those teams left to play, so we need to put those games into the win category too. Easton Bethel. He is the quarterback this year for Fergus Falls. He's a sophomore. He's taken over for his brother who graduated last year. And right now he's got 20 passes for 153 yards. Running back Caleb Froning has 18 carries for 96 yards. And that's followed by Bethel. He's got 63 of his own rushing yards at quarterback. So they're doing okay in the yardage pickup, but their offense sustains these drives like crazy.
Yeah, I think that we're going to get tested a little bit more in different areas tonight than we have previously. A lot of the teams that we've played up to this point, or the last few weeks, have been a lot more ground heavy, haven't been very good through the air. And I think we'll see a little bit more pressure on our secondary tonight, especially, we've been pretty good in the secondary, and there's been a couple times where we've busted coverages, and I think they'll test us out in that tonight to see if we've got that cleaned up.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, the one thing that we need to be careful of is they have specialty guys that are fast. They're very quick, good athletes. Bethel is one of those guys that fits that category for them. He's very quick, he can scamper, he's got good wheels on him. So if we don't contain and have our end squeeze that down to keep him contained, he could be gone for some yardage tonight.
For sure, a big key for us will be keeping things between the tackles, not letting them get outside, and then in the pass game, keeping things in front of us. And,
right.
And especially in the run game, we've done a really good job so far this year, keeping everything turned inside. So hopefully we can do that again tonight.
And that leads us right into the keys of the game tonight. So Coach Enns gave me 4. Usually we have 3. Tonight he's like, nah, we got 4 tonight. It's a big game. So the first one is we got to control the run game.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You and I just talked about that. We need to keep Bethel from improvising because he's dangerously quick and fast. That's a whole key in itself.
Yes.
And then we have to win the turnover and special teams battle. Last week, really struggled with penalty yards. We need to turn that around, get very disciplined tonight, making sure that we're not turning that ball over based on just yardage, down and distance stuff. 4th and long, 3rd and long, keep the conversions rolling.
Yeah, for sure. The last couple of weeks, it's really been what stopped our drives more than anything is just us and our penalty yards and our negative plays, just not executing what we're going up to execute.
Exactly. And key number 4 is the offense needs to keep a rhythm and capitalize on the drives. They got to sustain them. You got to get those short, or the 2nd and shorts, 3rd and shorts in place so that we can keep those drives going, moving forward.
For sure, for sure.
So before Nate and I get off the pregame here, because we got a lot of stuff happening with the band, kids running out of the little kids running out of the tent down there with our team. And then we have the national anthem coming up. So we got quite a bit of things coming up. Just a quick reminder for those of you that just didn't catch it yet. Between the first and second quarter, we have a Bubbler prize pack giveaway. We're going to be doing trivia questions with our Hall of Fame inductees. So you're going to want to make sure you get on the ROCORI Football Facebook page. That's how the answers are going to come in. You need to be present to win. We'll announce the winners at halftime. And the halftime winners can come up to the press box to collect their prize pack. We have all sorts of stuff though, man. We got coolers, koozies, water bottles, we have a Yeti, we have hair tie clamp things, we have lanyards, we got all sorts of stuff.
I don't know if people realize kind of what Bubbler's done in their sponsorship. You'll probably see it a little more as the weather cools off, and they've hooked us up with a lot of gear as well that we haven't needed so far this year yet.
No, we've got
shirts coming.
Jackets, coats, hats. We got all sorts of Bubbler.
Yeah, I think my newest winter jacket's going to be a Bubbler logo on it, the one we got. So
yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal what Bubbler does. They're a fantastic sponsor. Drink Bubbler. Hashtag Drink Bubbler as our sponsor. Make sure you put that into your photos, your pictures. As long as you got your Bubbler cooking, make sure you put that in. Let them know where you're watching from too. So tonight during the live stream, get into the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Let's see if we can get coast-to-coast expansion again. We've been really good with that so far.
Over the Atlantic Ocean last week.
That's right. In flight.
Yes. I mean, they're in Spain right now. The Keeses are in Spain, so we'll see if we get to. We're a few hours behind them. Might be bedtime already, but we'll see.
Here's an interesting one. So I got a text message today from Croatia.
Oh, okay.
What time's the game on? 6-hour time difference.
Central Standard Time or Croatian
time?
Well,
I told him. I said it's a 6-hour time difference, so make sure you're logging at the right time. And we got a guy from ROCORI in London right now, prepping for his first Minnesota Vikings game Sunday morning. That's Matt Waletzko. Matt's gonna maybe even jump on tonight and get a little viewing time. So
probably early in the game, right?
Probably early. You gotta get that beauty rest before he gets going on Sunday morning. But folks, jump into the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. It's a beautiful night. If you're not here in person, you still have time to get here. If you're watching from a restaurant, get them to tune in on their TV screens. Get the place going. Tip your servers. Eat lots of food. Have all the fun. Cheer loud. It's going to be a great night here and a big game for us. Nate and I will be back in just a little bit. We got about 5.5 minutes till game time. And I think the cross-country team is in the corner. I think they made it in time.
A little early.
It's going to be awesome. You're going to not want to miss out. Get here tonight. Enjoy the Bubbler. We got the prize packs coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could direct your attention across the way to the cross-country team running around the track. It's been a long-standing tradition here at ROCORI that on homecoming week, the girls and boys cross-country team runs the game ball from the city of the opponent for that week's football game, all the way here to ROCORI High School. So this year, our runners were fortunate enough to run the game ball from Fergus Falls all the way here to ROCORI. So let's hear it for the boys and girls ROCORI cross-country team.
And here we go, checking out that oh, there it is right there. Checking out that hype video. Man, that still gives me goosebumps every time I see it, is that you see all the kids running out. We got everybody from little kids to high school kids out there. Fantastic support just coming out of the tunnel. Right, I just love that. That's so much fun. Not every school has that, so that's what makes it even more special.
A lot of energy here tonight, which is great. You could feel it even when we came in, or when I came into the stadium, you know, an hour before, maybe a little bit before the game. Just a lot of, freshmen are finishing up, but a lot of buzz in the stadium tonight, which is
absolutely great. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to take just a short little break as the school band is going to lead us in the national anthem in just a moment. We'll be back with you for the starting lineups in just a minute, and we'll jump into the chat and see who's kicking, who's already around. So we'll be back in a minute.
Please direct your attention to the flag as the ROCORI High School Band, conducted by Mr. Tony Hutar, performs our national anthem.
guitar and the ROCORI High School Band. Got a lot of people tuning in already. I like it. Pre-game stuff going really well. We got, let's see here. Tina Marie is here at the game. Bobby Dullinger getting in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're Cold Spring, restaurants, Rockville, Richmond, Deer Stand, Goose Blind, or what state you're in, let us know. Got a lot of things going on, so we want to make sure we include everyone. Looks like, have we announced on our starting offense, you think?
Looks like it's our. I think we did offense last week.
Maybe so this might be the defense then.
Sometimes it's tough to tell. We got a few guys that go both ways. But
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. All I see is repeat
Trout
numbers.
out in not going through the starting lineup, so I'm going to say it's our defense.
Okay.
I don't
Fun.
think we're holding him out tonight at tackle, are we?
What's that?
I said I don't think we're holding him out of the starting lineup at tackle.
I would assume no. I would assume that's a heavy no. All right, so welcoming Fergus right now before we get into our starting lineups. What a beautiful night here. The breeze is kind of about at a middle ground. If you're going with the wind, against the wind, it won't hurt you too bad or help you too much. Here comes our starting lineups.
Defensive end, number 19, Nolan Van Looy. At linebacker, number 5, Renner Haven. At linebacker, number 6, Nolan Flayton. At safety, number 16, Tyson Zahar. At safety, number 29, Cooper Notch. At corner, number 11, Noah Omscheid. At corner, number 10, Caleb Maddox. At rover, number 8, Xander Folkerts.
And there is your defensive starting lineup. Nate, what I love about our starting lineup is we start 3 sophomores on defense.
Yeah, we got a nice mix on this team of, you know, even juniors and seniors, and then we throw in that, you know, four to five sophomores that have been contributing all year and seeing bigger roles and their roles expand as the year has gone on, which, you know, as we've talked about the improvement of the team, I think, you know, bringing the younger guys in that haven't had as much experience, gaining confidence and having an understanding of what they're doing is definitely a big factor into the improvement we've seen so far up to this point.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game here tonight. The boys are fired up, man, and I think that overall the whole excitement of the night is just gonna be high. We got a packed crowd. The plaza's full. We had a homecoming parade before the game today. 9th grade just got done with a big win over Fergus. We'll talk more about that at halftime as the Spartan kicking team comes onto the field.
Yeah, and I think that's a big piece too. I'm sure Coach Hens had talked to the boys about it. Is like, you know, you always want to play football with, you know, really high energy, but what's really important is that you don't let that energy affect how you're executing things. You know,
correct.
Especially pre-snap stuff. I think you'll see that pre and post snap when guys are excited and fired up. That you'll see mistakes happen there. So something that we cannot fall into tonight.
So here we go, kicker ready to roll. I believe that's Noah Mick down there, ready to give this thing a boot. I was told the other day that you can really pick up on our Minnesota accent for the people that are out of state. Boot. Here we go, kick is up. Noah's got a good one. He's going to scribble down to about the 30, bounce off one of the otters. And we're going to try to get around the top side there and be hit and getting, gang tackled. Almost got out of that hit. Couple spin moves. Looks like the Spartans will bring them down around the 32 yard line of the Otters. All right. Fergus Falls is going to be kicking up here 1st and 10. Ball spotted on their own 31-yard line. They're coming out in a 2-by-2, kind of a spread formation. They got skill guys here that are super quick on the draw, so see what they come out with here. Looks like it's going to be a quick sweep up to the top screen or top side of your screen and run out of bounds there.
Yeah, kind of like starting off just what we had talked about. You know, they're going to test our edges of our defense. They run a little speed option right off the bat, and we got our defensive ends on an island out there. We don't have someone to cover the quarterback and the pitch, so something, I think we'll see multiple times throughout this one.
And this goes back to what we talked about before, realistically, where we were talking about squeezing the ends, squeezing the play and the runs inside. So we'll see if we can control that. And this is our quarterback keeping the ball here for Fergus. This is Easton Bethel. Easton Bethel, very athletic kid, only a sophomore, managing the running the ship here for the Fergus offense.
Yeah, you'll see, there's going to be times where he's going to make plays tonight that, an athlete as good as he is, you live with, but you got to contain those plays and make sure that, it's not, you don't let a 10-yard play go to 30 yards or 25 or,
right.
To the house.
This will bring up 1st and 10 for the Otters as Bethel picked up the first down. Still in a 2-by-1 formation. Bethel in the backfield fakes the handoff, throws out to the flat to the top side of your screen, ducks under a tackle. Still on his feet with the spin moves out there. That's number 3, Isaiah Holmes. Holmes, one of those kids that they talked about being real quick, good on his feet, and you just saw it right there. A lot of spin, and got to get our eyes up and make those hits and wrap up on the tackles. Not enough to move the chains, but that brings up 2nd and short for the Otters. Two-by-one formation. Bethel out of the gun, rolling out to the bottom of your screen, looking to throw. He's got a target going deep downfield. That's against Caleb Maddox, and Maddox with great coverage on Holmes. That ball sailing far over Holmes' head for an incomplete pass. This is going to bring up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, kind of the area in the field and the down and distance where you'll see teams kind of like to take a shot like that with, essentially they've got 2 more downs to pick up 2 yards, so why not try and get over top of the defense and see if you can't just put one in the end zone right then.
3rd and 3 for the Otters as they come to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers split to the bottom, slot back to the right, or top. Picked off. Interception by Xander Folkerts. He's going to cross close to the 50-yard line. Great job, great read by Xander Folkerts, picking off Easton Bethel. Bethel didn't even see him. Trying to throw a quick little go route.
Yeah, it looked like it was a little run-pass option read where they got a run play called, and the quarterback's reading has a key to read on the play, and whatever he read sucked up to play the run, but he didn't see our other linebacker flowing over the top of that. So a great way to start the game for our defense with a turnover.
Defense coming up big with 10:51 left in the first quarter. Now the turnover on downs puts the Spartan offense on the field. Ball will be spotted on the Spartan 49-yard line. Comes out and trips right with Ferdine at the helm in the backfield out of the shotgun. Saul ends in motion to the bottom of the screen. Going to get a quick pass out to Saul. Saul's got some great blocking. He's going to cross the 50, get close to the 45-yard line of the Otters. Great blocking up front by the Spartan offense to give Saul that opportunity to pick up a few yards. I got a feeling a night like tonight is a little warm up here in the booth. Bubbler's going to be flowing. Be ready for some excitement.
I think it's warmer up here than it is on the field.
Oh, I know it's warmer up here than it is on the field. Trips left for the Spartans. Maddox by himself on the bottom. And we have a slot back as well. Ferdine by himself in an empty backfield out of the gun. He's got a target. He's going to have to tuck it, scamper. He's going to cross the 45, get down to close to the 40-yard line before he's brought down by number 9. That's Parker Tilkey from the Otters.
I think we might have a hold on this one.
Backfield laundry.
Yep, right in the area of the hold.
Yeah, Scott's saying it's a hold. So that'll back up the gain there. Repeat 2nd down.
And really that, Jake, has been the down and distance, really the down that has hurt us in the last couple of weeks is we've been really good on first downs a lot of times and then go backwards on 2nd down.
Right.
You get ahead of the chains or get ahead of schedule or on schedule. Now we're, in 2nd and 15. So.
And that's exactly where we're at right now. 2nd and 15. Ball spotted now back on the Spartan 44-yard line. Quad receivers to the left. Ferdine looking to throw. He's got options. He's going to tuck it. He's got a lead blocker out there, and that nice block on the lead block. And that allows Ferdine to get enough for a first down. That lead blocker, number 13, Mason Wanschaffy, just enough on the defensive corner out there to spring Ferdine for the run.
Yeah, it was a great job. He was kind of running a little screen pattern that, obviously he didn't get the ball. He did a really good job of recognizing the ball's not coming to me. Why don't I go make a block for my quarterback to make a play and, get 13 of those yards back.
Exactly. I guess that wasn't enough for a first down. He must have stepped out of bounds before the stick. 3rd down and short, and there's a jump. That should move him to a first down. Spartans playing discipline offense. Catches Fergus Falls on an encroachment call, and that will be enough for a first down to move the chains.
It's not the first time we've seen that this year from Max getting some guys on a hard count. So probably won't be the last time we try and pull it out here tonight.
Well, hopefully not, because he's got a nice hard count, and it has drawn a lot of false start, offside, encroachment calls throughout the course of the season so far. Spartans in a trips right formation. Ferdine's going to be out of the gun with Saul Enns moving toward the bottom side of your screen into the flat. Ferdine looking to throw, assessing. He's got a receiver. It's Noah Olmscheid. Olmscheid's got enough to move the sticks again for a first down. Noah Olmscheid coming across that backside wing out there into the flats, just picks it up with a nice run. Moves the sticks for the Spartan offense. Spartan's looking really smooth right now overall on offense with how they're moving the ball.
Yeah, that crossing route has been a weapon for us for the last, 3-4 games. Something we've kind of gone back to the well on that teams are really struggling to defend as they've been spread out.
Ferdine's going to be out of the gun here on 1st and 10. Gives the handoff to Enns. Enns has some room. Gets close to another first down. Picks up about 8 on the carry. That was actually a nice fake as Ferdine handed that ball off and pretended like he still had it on the boot and just rolled out with it real nice. Took a couple of defenders with him. This brings up 2nd down and short for the Spartans. Exactly where we want to be right here, Nate. Ferdine out of the gun, trips to the right, Enns in motion. He's got a receiver, it's Enns. Enns has some blocking. He's going to try to pick up a few more yards on the run. He'll get close to the first down marker, maybe pick up 2.
Yep.
And he got the first down. They're saying, no, he's close enough. Move those sticks, baby. And the Spartans keep rolling. Ball on the 16-yard line of the Otters. Spartans in a trips left formation. Saul to Ferdine's left, out of the gun. Maddox by himself on the bottom. Going to take another look at the play call. As they audible, play clock has plenty of time, down to 10. Ferdine's going to take the snap. Enns going in motion out to the left flat. Ball goes to Enns, almost picked off. I think we missed a block there by one of the receivers. That was close.
Yeah, you'll see that if you're not familiar with the Spartan offense this year. A lot of screens, bubbles, right by the line of scrimmage, and you're not going to see a ton of traditional run game from us, but that is our run game, part of our run game. And in order to do that, you got to be able to block on the perimeter so you can get yourself caught in some bad situations there.
This is going to bring up 2nd down and 10. After that incomplete pass, we got 4 receivers to the left. Enns moving in motion. He's going to decide to change his mind and go back outside. Crossing pattern across the middle. That's Olmscheid again. Olmscheid hauls it in, brings it down to about the 7-yard line. Spartan offense still moving the ball. Not enough for a first down, but very close. So we have 2nd and short right now. And let's see what we do here. We're going to go back to the quads left maybe. Trips left. Trips left formation. Saul's split a little wider than Ferdine normally is, next to where Ferdine normally is. He takes the handoff in the A-gap. It'll be plugged up by the Fergus Falls defensive line. And I don't know if he lost a yard on that one or if they give him forward progress.
Looks like we're going to have 4th and 2 here, so for a 4th and 1.5. I think they gave him the line. The line of scrimmage, that is.
And we're probably going to end up seeing the jumbo package at this point.
Yeah, I think they're already out
You
there.
see Woods came on the field. Van Looy came on the field. Here we go. 4th and 1, a long one, probably closer to 2. As Ferdine manages this out of the shotgun. Maddox takes the handoff, or the snap. He's going to get through the line of scrimmage to a touchdown! Caleb Maddox out to C-gap. Crosses the goal line for the first Spartan touchdown of the game.
It's a really good job there by Caleb. Just, you get into a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 type situation. You got to get the yardage, right?
Yes.
You're coming off the field, but he did a good job being patient there, waiting for the hole, because right away there, it took some time on the initial movement to open up the hole, and he kind of just waited for it. And then once he burst through, it was right into the end zone.
And following the blockers as he did, had the hole to run through. You got to follow the horses up front, and that's exactly what he did. Noah Mick to kick, and that is good. Putting the Spartans up 7-0 with 7:20 left in the first quarter. That was about a nice 3.5-minute drive right there.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting here is, obviously we're going to go out, kick the ball, play defense, but the next time we get the ball, how are we going to respond?
Yep.
Last week we did, very similar first drive, actually less plays than that. I think we ran 4 or 5 plays, went right down the field. Smooth operation, and that one had no penalties. And then we didn't see us get back into executing our stuff for most of the rest of the game. So, hopefully we've been able to learn from our experience last week, kind of losing a little bit of focus after things seemed easy on the first drive, and can execute throughout the course of this game.
That slide right there. Yep. After the kickoff. Yep. Managing our prize pack giveaways up here.
Be interesting here, Jake, to see if we're going to kind of squib it again like we did on the opening kickoff. I'm guessing that has a lot more to do with the athletes that Fergus Falls has back returning the kicks, and what we're worried about our coverage team, because we've done a really good job covering kicks this year.
Yep. So I'll probably expect another squib kick here coming from Noah Mick. And that's what he does. This one bounces through the legs at the 30, picked up at the 25, and brought down about the 40.
So that's one thing you do got to do if you
Spartan fans, check out the scoreboard. We will have Bubbler Trivia Prize Pack giveaway. You must be in attendance to win. Here comes the defensive play right here. We'll get more back to that in just a second. Where are we at here? What's going on? It wasn't on. You ready? Yeah. Spartan fans, we have Bubbler Prize Pack giveaways this evening. Between the first and second quarter, you'll need to log into the ROCORI Facebook page for the football program. We'll have trivia questions up there for you to answer. Log into the chat, answer the questions for your chance to win at halftime. There we go. It's always an interesting challenge technologically to go from broadcasting to the entire stadium back to just the viewers on Facebook and YouTube. But this crew makes it happen. So we got a 1st and 10 here for the Otters. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line of the Spartans. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 in motion coming downfield. It's going to be a ball. I thought that was a fumbled snap for a second.
Yeah, I think
we got Laundry there.
Fake snapped it, kind of tried to hold back on the snap, then let it go.
Be a false start.
Yeah.
And that'll back up the Otter defense with 6:21 left in the first quarter.
It's almost more fortunate for Fergus Falls that they call that penalty, because they get to keep first down, on 15 versus it being second down and 13.
So second down now, or first down now and 15 for the Otters. They're going to run the exact same play. Bethel dropping back. It's a screen. Almost. Oh, there we go. Sniffed out real quick. Great tackle by number 6, Nolan Flatten. Nolan getting into the crease of that screen play and bringing him down right away.
Yeah, that was a great play. I didn't see Nolan on the play, and I was watching, following the pass, and it was like they had a lot of room to run if he did not make that play. So
this is going to bring up, saved a lot of yards because he had some green there. Second down and 14. Ball on the 49-yard line of the Otters. They did not cross midfield yet. Bethel out to the wing, bottom side of the screen. Looks like we have a hold out there. It's not going to go called. Receiver getting out and just getting locked up with a corner. That was an interesting block there. But enough for Fergus Falls to pick up a first down and start moving their offense. Now, this is what they're known for. They're known for getting an open space and just making you pay with their speed. They're quick, they're fast, they're agile, and this is what they, if we allow them to, this is how they've been dominating the other teams that they've been facing this year.
For sure, it's attacking the edges of the defense, and if you don't get guys out there to rally to make plays, there's a ton of space, and even the balls that they haven't ran at the edge have had, options that are attacking the edge and going back up the middle.
Here comes the snap. Bethel rolling out to the top of the screen. He's getting chased down. He's going to try to get the ball off. He just throws it away out of the pocket. Again, the questions will be asked in between the first and second quarter. Just be on the Spartan Football Facebook page. We'll be coming up with that pretty soon here. I'll get those put on there as quick as I can once the first quarter comes to an end. Quick shout out to Randy Matthews. Randy and Alice Matthews watching in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. First out-of-stater right there.
So I did get the text. We do have some people out in Spain. Greg and Ashley Keys, 2 a.m. in Spain.
Love
in
it.
Barcelona, Spain, watching the Spartans.
Absolutely love it. Bethel's going to be out of the gun here again. Two receivers split to the top. He's going to give a handoff up to the A-gap, following the blockers, and we got Spartan tacklers all over him. That carry was, I believe, was that number 11?
Yes.
Yep, number 11. That's it's Fred Talaga. Well, 4 or 5 Spartans on the tackle there. Otters coming back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long now. 3rd and 8. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 to the top. Bethel out of the gun, looking to throw. He's going to try to get it out deep. He's taking a shot. It's going to be picked off by Tyson Zahar in the end zone. Tyson with the tracking. Brings it in. That's his 2nd pick of the season. And he's a little excited. Someone's going to get some boneless wings tonight, baby. Great job by the Spartan defense. Tyson tracking that one down to haul it in in the end zone. Brings it out to the 20-yard line, where the Spartan offense will take over.
Yeah, did a really good job there of finding the ball. He kind of had to turn around, almost pirouetted in the air. It's credit our D-line on the play, too. Put in a lot of pressure. Bethel is throwing that one off his back foot, just trying to get rid of it.
I'm sure that one will be replayed, right? Fantastic job. Wow, great defense. Here we go. Turn it over on offense now. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, ends in the backfield. No, not ends, I don't think. Is that
Charlie Upgren?
Charlie Upgren, maybe. That is a blast right there through the A-gap. Charlie Upgren picking up 15 yards on the carry. Great job by Charlie getting through the A-gap and really hitting that hole hard.
Really positive note here for the Spartans so far. As we've talked about, we don't have a lot of traditional run game, right? Handing it off to the back. And haven't had a ton of success doing that consistently. And so far tonight, when we've turned and handed to our backs, we've been able to create space and give them room to run.
1st and 10 again for the Spartans. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. Ferdine giving the handoff to Upgren again. Upgren's going to be brought down. Probably a loss of 1 on that carry. We didn't get a real good push on the O-line that time from the looks of it.
No, it looked like a linebacker kind of was able to knife that one and make the tackle there in the backfield. Something we've seen a lot of, though, Jake, is teams bringing backers up, either blitzing, run blitzing, just bringing extra personnel into the box at times on us, disrupting what we're doing.
Ferdine out of the gun. He's got 5 receivers out looking to throw. He's got Upgren in the flats, and Upgren catches the ball, takes a shot, and hangs on. Charlie Upgren having a series so far on these first 3 plays, making positive yardage. That was a great catch and way to hold on to the ball, buddy.
Took a lick for it there.
He did.
Great job.
Number 9, Parker Tilke, let him know he was there. Not enough to knock the ball out of Upgren's sure hands, though. And this brings up 3rd and 2. Ferdine out of the gun. Woods by himself on the bottom of the screen. Trips to the top, including Enns and Upgren staying in now. Enns split to the top. Upgren out to the motion on the top side of the screen. Scampering is Ferdine. Ferdine's got enough for a first down. Picks up 5 yards on the carry, adding to his run total that he has been just dynamic at this season.
It's all about executing the little things, though, and stuff we've talked about. You know, even Charlie on that drive, he drops that pass because he gets hit.
Yeah.
You know, we're not in a position to pick up the first down, keep the drive alive, where we might be punting right now. But just those little things that you need to do consistently throughout the game to continue drives to put points on the board.
1st and 10, moves the chains from Ferdine's run. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He's got 5 receivers out again. He finds one, and that's going to be across the middle of the field. That is number 13, Mason Wanshaffe. And that's enough to move the chains again on a 15-yard catch. About a 15-yard catch, I should say. And just a reminder, we got 2 minutes, 12 seconds left in the first quarter here. We're going to try to get these trivia questions out between the first and second quarter. Use the ROCORI Spartan Football Facebook page, where you'll find the questions, answer under each question, and hopefully you will be a prize pack winner. Again, you must be in attendance to win. In attendance to win. Spartans do a shift, 4 receivers to the bottom of the screen, and timeout is going to be called by ROCORI.
Yeah, it looked like we had a little bit of confusion there. I mean, I think we were supposed to shift there, but the play clock was running down, 4 or 5 seconds left. So probably good job by calling timeout there rather than risking a procedure penalty at 1st and 10.
Just taking some time and trying to get that play off and getting the rotation set.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit different formation than we've ran, though. I mean, we had typically when you see Brody or Caleb in there, they interchange a lot. They're the single receiver, or sometimes there'll be a second receiver out by them if it's empty. But a lot of times we're in a 4-by-1 or a 3-by-1 with a back in the backfield. And that time we had a 3-by-2, and then it shifted, 2 more guys over to the 2 side. So probably something we'll come back to, though. It's obviously a newer formation for us to open up the playbook with some new stuff.
All right, Spartans back on the field after the timeout. They got 4 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Woods alone on the top. Ferdine looking to throw. He gets it out quick. That's going to be a touchdown catch and run for number 2, Maddox Abel. Maddox completely uncovered, coming out on a quick slant. Ferdine finds him, throws him the dart, and Abel scampers in for a score. Ferdine finding receivers, what looks like with ease at this point, as the Spartan offensive formations keep changing up just enough to confuse the defense for the Otters.
Yeah, Fergus is really having trouble covering in the middle of the field right now, which is what a lot of teams have had trouble with.
Yep.
We're going to spread you out, which widens your defense out, puts less guys in the middle, and it's really causing them problems matching up with us right now.
Noah Mick on to kick the extra point, puts it through the uprights to bring the Spartans up 14-0 with 1:43 left. Again, let us know where you're watching from. We got Aaron McNulty tuning in from Houston, Texas. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho right now. Got a few people here at the game. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're a Minnesota Wild fan right now in their preseason, they're down to the Blackhawks 2-0. Cash Neisinger down there is getting the crowd juiced up and ready for the kickoff.
So 2 possessions each team, 2 really good drives for the Spartans, and 2 drives that have ended in turnovers for Fergus Falls. So couldn't really ask for a better way to start this one, huh, Jake?
That's right. No, absolutely love it. Mick set to kick off here again, and Nate, I'm assuming they're going to stick with the squib kick. Seems to be working. It'll bounce around the 30-yard line or so and scoot itself down to about the 20-25, depending on where Noah kicks it at the angle. Here comes the kick. Let's see what happens. It's another squibber. He's going to go to the top side of your screen this time. Picked up around the 27-yard line by the Otters. Covered quick, pushed out of bounds. Otters will take over about the 40-yard line. Depending where they spot it, maybe the 42.
Still got feels like we've been a marathon quarter here.
It's unreal, man, back and forth, isn't it?
A lot of game time, though. We got a good team that we're playing against. They're not going to go away. It's been a great start, but we still got over 3/4 of ball left, so we're going to have to stay focused and keep executing like we have for the first 10 minutes.
Got shout-outs here. Keenan Nichols watching from Alexandria. Congratulations to you, my friend, on the birth of your new child. And Lene Bartles in Annandale watching Caleb Maddox. Bartles out of the shotgun, trying to run, throws the option pitch out to the side, and going to be a pickup of about a couple yards before he's brought down by Renner Haven. Great read by Haven on the pitch. I haven't seen an option play for quite a while.
Yeah, we talked about that the first time they kind of ran that speed play. We only had one guy out there. Well, now we had one to cover the quarterback and the pitch, so nice adjustment there for the Spartans.
Hurry up offense for the Otters here. Bethel going to hand off, trying to get the A-gap run going. Shoelace tackle again by Haven. Bringing down number 2, Caleb Froning. Saving a few more yards. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 now. Kelly Seelan tuning in straight off the couch. Love it. 53 seconds left in the first quarter. And looks like Van Looy saying someone moved on the offensive line. And if that's the case, that's going to bring up a really long 3rd down for the Otters. And that is the case.
Yeah, putting them in 3rd and long is a big thing for us throughout this game. I mean, it is any game, but, you know, Fergus is a similar type of – they don't run a similar offense to us, but they need to stay in front of the chains.
Yeah.
They don't like they're not going to throw it downfield a ton. Everything's short by the line, stretching the defense out. So not a ton of plays in the playbook that they run a lot, you know, in these types of situations.
Otters coming back to the line of scrimmage. They got 8 seconds left on the play clock. Trips to the top, single receiver to the bottom. Bethel out of the gun, going to give the handoff. And he's going to try to bounce to the bottom side of the screen. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but he will be forced out of bounds. That's number 2, Froning again on the carry.
Definitely a play call that was, you know, 2 downs to get the first.
Yes, yeah, and then trying to stop the clock here, too, at 20 seconds. I would imagine they'll shoot for the first down here, maybe call a timeout, and then try a touchdown strike, just so they don't go into the half or end of the first quarter. Well, maybe not. Maybe they'll carry it through the second quarter yet.
Oh.
Someone move again?
Yeah, that was us.
Getting excited up front. Lilia Oswalski watching from Annandale. A few Annandale folks in tonight.
Yeah, something to remember in high school, you know, you watch college or professional, and you can see defensive linemen can kind of jump in the neutral zone and jump back as long as the ball is not snapping. In high school football, if a guy jumps into the neutral zone, it doesn't matter if the ball's snapped or not. Dead play, 5 yards.
Right.
For the offense.
Bethel's going to be out of the gun, trips to the top of the screen. Gives the handoff to the A-gap, and we stuff it. Great play on the defensive line. Good stunt, good play, good recovery, gang tackle there by the 2 boys up front. Yeah, Minerath and Woods on that stop. Good job, boys, as the first quarter ticks to an end. All right, folks, it is about trivia time here. As the quarter shifts, let's start getting some of these questions posted. So here comes your first question. Get it out on Facebook here. See if we can manage this. Sure. All right, fans, the trivia has started. The first question's posted. Get on the ROCORI Football Facebook page to get your answers in for a chance to win a Bubbler prize pack. Winners will be announced at halftime. Good luck. Boy, it's taking a minute here to get these things posted out on Facebook. Question 3.
Kind of all the things that all the things that we had talked about, what we don't want to see ourselves shooting ourselves in the foot, pre-snap penalties. You're seeing that out of Fergus tonight, so
What's
it's
that?
to our
Yeah.
benefit.
Yeah.
You got to assume a team like them, they'll get this cleaned up, but it's hurting them. It's hurting their drives so far, putting them behind schedule, and then obviously some mistakes on top of that we've been able to force a couple turnovers too.
All right, we have all 5 questions posted out on Facebook. Be present to win and get into the chat and answer those questions. The winner will be announced at halftime. Boy, that's some poor tackling there, and also some hard running at the same time. So Fergus Falls takes over to start the second quarter. The ball was spotted at the 44-yard line.
Yeah.
And they had a powerful run right there.
Yeah, it looked like, like I said, they've attacked the edges. Brody Woods on the end there did a really good job, but we over-pursued at linebacker. They cut it up under Brody, and our linebackers are already blown by the hole to get to the sweep.
Mm-hmm. Folks, keep in mind that as you respond to the Facebook questions, don't respond to the live chat right now. Go to the question in Facebook and respond your answer under each question. Okay, I got a few people texting in some answers here. Go to the actual question and then reply under that, okay? And Jaden Krayenhoff, I think I'm saying that right. He's sitting in the field by Mankato watching. Love it, getting a little hunting in. Here comes the snap, looking to throw. Bethel's got a target. He's going to try to hit him downfield. Taking a strike. He's wide open. We did not shift over. We had confusion. That's number 3, Isaiah Holmes, going to be on that catch. We did not transfer over on that route very well. Holmes getting free, and Fergus getting on the board.
Yeah, it looked like they ran I would have to see the replay, but it looked like they ran a wheel route there. And what you're doing there is you're kind of testing. You're running guys off that are, our deep droppers. And then what it's going to do is force a linebacker, whoever's a flat player, to turn and run up with the guy that's running the wheel route. We did not do it on that play, and that's why you see a guy running free into the end zone.
Exactly. Otter's going to be up to kick the PAT, and it's up and good. So they're on the board at 7 points, 14-7 with 10:43 left in the second quarter. Lots and lots of game left right now. Holy cow. All right, Nate, I'm going to try this. I'm gonna let you run for a few minutes here,
Okay.
or a little bit, maybe not a few minutes, but I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to navigate this meta stuff, because this is not how Facebook typically looks.
Yeah.
We're operating on a not administrative rights, but yet you can post and you can view. It's weird.
Well, I'm glad that you're the one that has to operate that, not me. I could sit here and talk. That's fine.
Yeah, okay. You sit and talk. I agree with everything you're saying, for the most part.
Yeah.
Jackie
You don't have
Krekelberg,
to.
congrats to the boys soccer for securing the 1 seed in 8AA. Congrats to Stavros for earning 8AA Coach of the Year. Yes, we'll talk more about that at halftime. Both soccer programs are really doing really well right now. So we'll get into that once we get closer to halftime here as I jump into some of these answers and find out who our winners might be.
Yeah, something to note here just from watching warm-ups as Fergus is about to kick off, their kicker, Joshua Horgan. He was putting them through from 45 yards in pregame pretty easily, so something to monitor if, Saul ends there on the return. Really, really good blocking there up front by ROCORI. I don't think he got touched until about midfield. Spartan's going to start with really good field position again. Kind of a momentum play there as Fergus we've hit Fergus in the mouth, got up 14-0. They've responded. They did a really good job, put a good drive together, come back to the sideline feeling like they got some energy, some momentum back in the game, and then we're able to respond right away with a big kickoff return off a squib kick. Like I mentioned on our squib kick, one thing that's really important there is that you got to make tackles because it's not your traditional coverage on a squib kick as it is your regular kickoff. Verdeen looking back to. Looks like we set up a screen there. Charlie Upgren. Not surprised to see us go back to him, but Fergus was able to sniff that one out and drop us back to the line at the line of scrimmage. Back to that empty formation. This is kind of one that we've seen a lot of motion to get away Brody single side or Caleb Maddox single side. So it looks like the Spartans here are just kind of attacking, underneath. Something we found a lot of success with here in the last couple of weeks is teams getting aggressive in the middle of the field and kind of attacking that second level, as you'll see. What Fergus is, they're playing a pretty soft defense, and we've been able to soften them up a little bit through our run game. They're doing a good job of just trying to keep everything in front of them, so we're just trying to take what we can get. Ferdine back to pass again. Looks like Maddox able there on the slant. A little high there from Ferdine. So there's kind of what we discussed after our last drive is, being able to continue executing. That one we looked like we were a little bit out of rhythm here as we're gonna see the punt team jog onto the field and give the ball back to Fergus here with have the ball with a chance to go tie it up. How are things going over there on the
We're,
on the Facebook?
I got a lot of answers coming in. This is fantastic.
Take a good punt here. Take a ROCORI. Nope. Takes a Fergus Falls bounce into the end zone. So Fergus will be getting it back out at the 25-yard line. 20-yard line.
There's some people that really know ROCORI history. I'm telling you, I got a lot of the same answers by the same people. So we got to make sure they only win one pack, right? But
yeah,
pretty impressive. Just like these accolades from some of these Hall of Fame inductees. Very impressive.
Yeah, you don't just get to walk into the Hall of Fame, do you?
No.
So really big defensive possession here for the Spartans. Trying to halt the momentum that Fergus was able to get in their last offensive and defensive drive. Little screen pass there. Another missed tackle for the Spartans. Really good job on. Good effort there from Nolan Van Looy out of the in position, kind of going and chasing that down, but going to give up a 8-yard gain on first down. I think this is kind of the down and distance that you'll see Fergus get really aggressive, kind of feeling like they have a play to waste to try and create an explosive play here. There's a snap. Looks like a handoff up the middle. Brought down there by Nolan Flatten. Seeing a lot of guys, a lot of the same thing for us here, our second level guys, Jake. Nolan Flatten, Folkerts, Renner Haven, kind of just all over the field making plays. And I would say, a big factor in that over the last couple of games is our interior line playing really well and freeing up our linebackers to go make plays.
Taking on the bodies up front and creating more opportunity. Bethel out of the gun, taking it himself up the A-gap, darts. He'll be stuffed. 2-yard gain before 3 Spartans are there to stop him and make the hit. I think they kind of were expecting a dart at some point there, but this one he took and didn't pick up much. That's going to bring up second down and about 8 for the Otters. I think I got this trivia thing kind of wrapped up already, man.
Good. You know what? You're a lot better at calling the play than I am, so I'm glad that you are back.
Last year or 2 years ago, was it last year you missed a game?
I missed a game, yeah.
It's always interesting to call a game by yourself.
Yeah.
You just talk to yourself. Ask yourself questions out loud.
It's like when I sleep.
Yeah. Running up to the top of the screen, is that Bethel on the carry?
No.
Pitch. Or is that was Froning?
Yeah.
Okay, Froning on the pitch there. He's going to almost get close to a first down. It's 2nd and short now coming out of that. Yeah, Brian Niehaus, you're right. Congrats to all the Hall of Fame inductees. Folks, if you were able to see the list of accolades from this year's inductees, it would absolutely floor you what their accomplishments have been. Absolutely insane, the stuff that some of these people were able to do. And they'll be announced at halftime, and these inductees, and you'll be able to hear some of those things. This is number 11, Talaga. And he'll have enough to move the sticks on a first down. Spartan defense is almost looking just a little hair slow to get to the play here.
Yeah, I think we were getting a lot of penetration up front early, and we're flying around. I think, also a credit to Fergus Falls. They do a lot of stuff that Bethel's reading our defense on. And it felt like early on he didn't have a lot of clarity what he felt was going to be a give or a pull. We had guys both places, and now all of a sudden they're kind of finding places in the field where we aren't. So.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Bethel gives to Froning across in motion. Froning, no, it's not Froning. That's number 3. That's Holmes. Holmes tries to spin back into the center where he runs into a pack of Spartan tacklers. And he won't pick up anything on that. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, when we've been able to contain the edges against their run game and their attack, it's resulted in really good things for us. When they're getting outside of us, that's when they're having a lot of success.
Spartan defense ready to roll here. 2nd and 9 for the Otters. Just crossed midfield at the Spartan 48-yard line. Out of the gun, Bethel's going to take the snap. Gives the handoff. Going to try to bounce outside. Froning's got some space. He's going to get a good block before he's finally brought down. But we do have flags on the field here, Nate. We got some laundry.
Yeah, Brody Woods is getting held on the edge there. Successful run. They got the edge. They got the edge because they held us.
Exactly. Well, and if you're going to hold a guy, you better hold Brody because he's going to destroy you on a tackle.
Yeah, and he's been disruptive tonight in a number of different plays. He's a tough guy to block. He's long, he's athletic, and he's extremely strong. There's a reason he's going to play Division I football next year.
Well, here's what it never fails to impress me, his athleticism. So we're up in the weight room before the game today. Every Friday we do activation, a couple of things up there just to get the muscles going, the blood flowing. One of those things today was a standing vertical jump, and Brody's in there hitting the ceiling beams on his vertical jump every single time. I'm like, oh, this kid. Basketball season's not far off, and he'll definitely have an impact there again this season as well.
Yeah, he definitely will. I don't think he's probably thinking about it much.
No, he's not.
Now, nor should he be.
No. But that's
correct.
My first thought was, man,
correct.
he's hitting ceiling beams already. The rim's not much higher or further. So we got some jumping here on the line, and we're going to see who moved first. Van Looy says it was on Fergus Falls. And the ref, does he agree? He agrees. So that'll back him up even further here. 2 straight penalties for Fergus. That's going to be 2nd down and 22. If my ROCORI math is correct, maybe 23.
It's long.
It is long.
Fortunate there because we had 3 guys go, and they had 1. And I don't think our 2 tackles that jumped were looking at their offensive tackle who jumped. So thankfully, Fergus had their tackle leave a little early and go backwards instead of forwards.
Here comes the snap. Bethel rolling out to the top of your screen. He's looking to throw. Has a receiver in the flat. It's going to be caught and brought down after a short gain. About maybe a 12-yard total gain.
Pretty solid execution there defensively. They're running something short to try and run that flag in over top. We stayed over top on it. Didn't give up the long route. Would like to maybe, bring our guy down on the first attempt there, but they got an extra yard or 2. But still brings up a 3rd and long, which is where you want to be living defensively.
Absolutely. And that's what it is. 3rd and 12 right now for the Otters. Spartan defense ready to roll, and Otters are going to say, you know what, we need a timeout and talk about this. So they are going to take their timeout right now. And as they do their timeout, maybe what we'll do is we'll announce the winners early of the trivia. Since I have it, then we won't have to interrupt them at halftime. Does that sound good? Okay, so let's get on stadium speakers. Spartan fans, we have our winners for the Hall of Fame trivia. And I'm going by names that are listed on Facebook. For the coached swimming for 11 seasons, that answer is Mark Johnson. And that winner is Amber Pagansky. Come up to the press box, please. For the Hall of Famer inductee that played 2 sports in college, was drafted in both by the Minnesota Twins, Milwaukee Brewers, and the Denver Broncos, is Eric Decker. Tracy Weber, please come up and collect your prize pack. Next question. The Hall of Fame inductee that played 2 sports in college, one of which aided him in making the 2008 16U Greco-Roman Wrestling World Team. That answer is Tim Kramer, won by Hannah Holm Habakken. The Hall of Fame inductee that was a 4-time Division II All-American at NDSU in both cross country and track. That answer is Jesse Westrup, won by Joel Baumgarten. And finally, the Hall of Famer that played 2 sports. Finally, the Hall of Famer that played 2 sports in college, one of which, or 3 sports in college, sorry. Volleyball, hockey, track, and field for 4 years at SCSU is Carrie Turkowski, won by Samantha Tyson. Please come on up to the press box, north side, collect your prizes.
So it looks like the illegal forward pass called on the Otters is going to bring out the punt team, give the ball back here to the Spartans. High punt, very short. Looks like Caleb's going to come and take it. There's going to be a flag for kick catch interference on the play. So looks like we're going to be getting the ball 15 yards further up. So in Fergus Falls territory to start this drive. What do we got left on the clock? 5:10. So really good chance to bleed a little clock, put some points on the board before half, make it a 2-possession game.
Got too many things going on up here right now. Trying to do the handouts for the bubbler giveaways, and
guess that's why we had to schedule the half.
oh, I tell you what, man. Too many things going on tonight in the game. That's the issue.
Yeah, looks like we're going with our heavy package here. Change it up.
Yeah, we got 1st and 10. Ball spotted right now at the 43-yard line of the Otters. Lots of time left in the second quarter. 5:10 left. Heavy package, jumbo package. Here we go. Ferdine and Maddox in the backfield. Maddox is going to take the snap. He's going to try to get on the top side of the play. He does. He gets out there around the end, picks up 7, and that'll bring up a 2nd and short for the Spartans. Jumbo package back in action again. 2nd and 5 for ROCORI. Ferdinand Maddox going to in the backfield here. Maddox going to take the snap, try to get the A-gap. Does. Claims enough yards for another 1st down. Moves the chains.
Yeah, I got a feeling that this is kind of a statement drive they're trying to put together, and we're going to be going heavy, running right at them until they can prove that they can stop it.
And you know what? We did this before. This is nothing new for us. So we can grind some time off the clock, take us into the half, hopefully. Maybe take another minute or so off the clock, 2 minutes possibly, depending on how they manage the play clock itself. Moving the chains, 1st down, staying with the jumbo package. This snap goes to Maddox. Maddox going to try to get around the bottom side of your screen. We might have to bring this one back on a hole. That was a tackle around the head, though. Not an advised tackle by any means.
No, very awkward.
That will back us up on a hole. Looks like Brody Woods got called for that one.
It's going to force us to kind of change up the personnel, I suppose, and kind of go back to spreading them out to create some more space to try and get some longer plays.
This is going to create a long second down now. We're looking at second and, well, is it first? Repeating
Yeah,
first down?
first
Okay,
down,
first down and about 20. Backs us out to the 42-yard line. Here comes the snap. Ferdin's going to fake the pass, try to keep it himself. He'll pick up maybe a yard, maybe, depending on where they spot the ball there. So we got second now and 19-ish. Close to 20. Maybe we'll call it second and 20. And they got out of the jumbo package. Going back to trips on the bottom side of the screen. Split receivers at the top. Ferdin out of the gun. Looking to throw. He's got a target open. It's going to be downfield. Olmscheid makes the catch around the 17. Brings it all the way down to the 7. Great play by Noah Olmscheid, hauling that in with the run after.
That was a great play and a really nice throw by Max. It wasn't a huge window for him to throw through in the middle of the field there, but kind of threaded the needle and was able to hit his man in stride with outstretched arms. Wasn't an easy catch, but it was kind of the only place that Max could put it without putting it in harm's way.
And really just threw a dart right in there again.
Did.
Here comes the jumbo package. Ferdin and Maddox Caleb Maddox in the backfield. That snap got between the two of them. Thankfully, Caleb landed on it. Backs him up about 4 yards on that play for a nice long second down and goal. So you have second and goal from the 16. Folks, stick around at halftime. We got a lot of cool things happening at halftime today. We have our homecoming royalty going to be announced. We have the Hall of Fame inductees for tomorrow's ROCORI Hall of Fame banquet being announced as well. You don't want to miss those things. Those are very fun to watch. Here comes a reverse from ROCORI, and it's going to be actually a good pickup of yards on that play. That's something new to add to the wheelhouse there, as Mason Wanshoffy got the handoff and tried to bring it around the bottom end.
Yeah, I mean, something, you're always trying to add stuff into that, especially when teams are having to prepare for it, just having a wrinkle that they haven't seen yet because, they're going to practice the plays they've seen, but you can't prepare for something you haven't seen yet.
Exactly. Spartan O coming back to the line of scrimmage. Saul ends in the backfield with Ferdin. Trips to the bottom, single to the top. And we're blowing this dead because I think ROCORI took a timeout. Looks like they did.
Executed well there. I mean, timeout was probably, the play clock was down to 2 or 1.
Yeah.
But still ran some time off, right? Like there's a minute 44 left in the half. We don't need a minute 44 to get in necessarily.
Right.
We could do it in a lot less, if we're able to pick, we got 2 plays essentially to get it in. So trying to give Fergus the least amount of time when they get the ball back. But we got to score first.
When we started this drive, we started talking about clock management. I think there was about 5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah.
Right? We're down to about 1:45 here in the second quarter to run us into the half. So with a 3rd and goal opportunity from the 10-yard line, do you think, Nate, they're going to stick with a spread, or do you think they're going to go jumbo package here to try to manage the time plus the down and distance?
Well, I see them going out in their spread,
I think you're right.
Yeah, they are in the spread.
They're going to put some height out here in the stack.
Yeah.
They're going to go quad stack to the left.
We've seen a lot of success over the middle of the field out of this formation here. So they got 2 guys over top of Caleb. So really got the numbers on the bottom of the field.
ends in motion toward Ferdine and back out again. Ferdine's going to keep this ball. He's going to try to run it, get around the bottom, gets down to the 5, takes a good pop from Bethel, and Bethel's down. Ferdine actually put his helmet as a runner right in Bethel's chest, and Bethel's hurting. His helmet is off. He's rolling around down there. He's really hurting. Ferdine did check on him and make sure he was okay, but Bethel's in some pain. Trainers are running out onto the field now.
He is in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's if he got a helmet stuck in his chest, hopefully he just, got his wind taken out of him. But
yeah, we'll maybe get an update from our trainer, Bradley Graham, down there right now. Maybe get an update from him a little later. Just real quick, wanted to review. We got our winners for the Bubbler prize pack giveaway. All came up to collect the prizes. And phenomenal accolades by these people that we have inducted into our Hall of Fame. Just as a review here, I'll go through them. Mark Johnson coached swimming at ROCORI for 11 years. I think when Mark was here, he probably coached every sport that we had at that time and through his career, and then became an activities director after he was a PE teacher. Just phenomenal guy. Always willing to help out. You see him reffing a lot of games, and he's really got the twinkle toes. Taught dance class here for years and years and years. The Hall of Fame inductee who's played 2 sports in college, which was football and wrestling, making him the 2008 16U Greco-Roman Wrestling World Team, was Tim Kramer. Tim also giving back to the community all the time. Just a fantastic guy, very talented. Number 3, this inductee played and was recruited for 3 sports at St. Cloud State: volleyball, hockey, and track and field. That was Carrie Turkowski. Carrie, phenomenal female athlete here at ROCORI, went on and carried on her legacy for 4 years in 3 sports at a Division II institution. Number 4, the Hall of Fame inductee, played 2 sports in college, was drafted by both the Twins and the Brewers in separate years, and also ultimately ending up with the Denver Broncos before a slew of other teams, is Eric Decker. Eric in attendance tonight. Had a chance to talk with him before the game, and he's got his 2 boys down here with him. Ended up giving the pregame speech to our team before the game started. Eric, just another phenomenal guy. And then the last but not least, 4-time Division II All-American at NDSU in both cross-country, track, and field. That's Jesse Westrup. So just a fantastic crew of people heading into the Hall of Fame tomorrow. Don't forget Jane Wallen is going in there as well. And I believe there's one more, and I can't believe I'm forgetting who it is. Let me just take a look here. Mine's drawn a blank. Dave Hinkemeyer.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
it's
the Hink.
the voice of the Spartans.
Yeah.
Mr. Everything.
Dave and I were talking actually yesterday, and Josh Lesh got in there too. And it's a spring, and this time for tomorrow, what I announced was Dave Hinkemeyer, Mary Kelsey Bragelman, Amy Schumacher Rasmussen, and Tom Faber, along with Josh Lesh. They were all last spring. This tomorrow, the people getting in will be, and Dan Solden was last spring too. Jesse Westrup, Carrie Turkowski, Eric Decker, Justin Stummis, Tim Kramer, Mark Johnson, Jane Wallen. They're all going in tomorrow. So blessed to have some of the best as a part of our group. That's for sure.
Big down coming up here, Jake. Really got a chance here. Obviously, we're going for it to make it a 2-score game versus a 1-score game going into half.
14-6, minute and a half left in the first half here.
4th and goal from the 6 here.
Quad receivers to the right. Maddox by himself on the left. Ferdine in an empty backfield. Trout is in a pass protection stance. Ends running in motion. Someone jumped. Someone jumped on the Fergus side. Let's see if they picked that up. I'm thinking they saw it. And they did. Encroachment on the defense. That's going to move it half the distance to the goal on 4th down for the Spartans. From 4th and 6 to 4th and 3. 4th down and goal from the 3, I should say.
Fergus is bringing an extra lineman now that it's a little closer.
Yeah, they're trying to plug the gaps
here.
We got our heavy package in. I wouldn't be surprised to see Trout lead that charge eventually here to compare with some of the beef that Fergus just brought in. Fergus is going to call a timeout and talk about this, see if they can hold off another touchdown here before half. Thank you that we have this bubbler up here right now.
Yeah, really big penalty there because we, probably our most consistently our best package and our best, the thing we've had the most success with the least amount of negative plays or no gain plays is our heavy package. So getting that offsides on the defense was able to move the ball from the 6 to the 3. We were able to change personnel, get into the heavy package. We're really comfortable in that, 3 to 4 yard area with it. So
yeah,
really big penalty to allow us to kind of do what we want to do with this down versus Fergus kind of being able to dictate it.
Oh, 100%, 100%. This is a big-time play right now. So let's see what the Spartans do with it as they come to the line of scrimmage. They're in jumbo package here. They got Trout split to the left in the tackle position. They got the Beef to the right. Maddox and Ferdine in the back. Look like almost had an encroachment, trying to draw him offsides again. They don't get it. And I think that was the name of the play there, was trying to pull him offsides one more time before Enns calls a timeout now and wants to talk about it one more time. You can see, though, Nate, and you pointed it out right away, that Fergus Falls is bringing in all the beef to the A-gap, B-gap area, expecting us to run it right up the middle. They got some big boys in there. I would assume that we will not do that. I would assume that we'll pick a CD gap around the edge to try to punch it in. Yeah,
typically we're the one play that we really run more towards the middle of the defense out of this package is actually the quarterback keeper. The stuff with our running backs, we actually really attack the edges, which we do a lot more. It's really kind of like a counter, try and trick them where the ball's at and have Max go back up the middle as everyone looks like they're going to the outside.
Timeout is over. Both teams back to the field. Fourth down, third from the 3-yard line. Fourth and goal from the 3-yard line. Jumbo package in for ROCORI. And we are waiting for the ref to get out of the way, and he does.
There's 11 Fergus Falls defenders within 3 yards of the line.
Everybody's in the box here. Here comes the snap. It goes to Maddox. Maddox tries to jump over the pile. He does. He gets in. Touchdown. Caleb Maddox leaping the pile head first. Diving touchdown to put him up 20-6.
Another really good read by Caleb there. There was a lot of bodies out to the right there, and a lot of the flow of traffic was going out, out to the high side of the field, and he just cut it back and made a real athletic play there.
Great play by Maddox, getting over the pile, punching that touchdown in to go up 20-6 with 1:27 left. Noah Mick now on to kick the PAT and hopefully bring the Spartans up 21-6, going almost into halftime here with 1.5 minutes left. Noah says he's ready, and here comes the snap. Kick is up, and it's good. That brings the score 21-6 at half. Spartans over Fergus Falls. Not a half, sorry. 1:27 left. I think Fergus is going to try to probably get a couple plays off here, but Spartan players down here are just stoked. Looks like we got some T-shirts being thrown in the crowd.
Got the linemen fired up.
Absolutely. Hey, if you get your linemen fired up, everybody else kind of follows, so that's a big deal.
You want to fire linemen up, you line up and you run it down someone's throat. That's going to make them feel real good about themselves, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Credit to them. You can't do that stuff unless you're getting push up front. Also credit, something we haven't talked a lot about this year, and felt like we were always talking about it previously was, the point afters, because we always were a 2-point team. We got Noah Mick is, kicking PATs for us this year, and I don't think he's missed a PAT yet this year. So
I don't think he has either.
And I don't say that for any other reason, just to give him credit. It's not a guarantee. Fergus Falls has a really good kicker.
Yep.
They missed theirs.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And when you're missing PATs, that 1 point does make a difference later in the game. It's like a 2-point conversion. You miss that, it makes a difference later in the game.
Yep.
So those are points that you want to have, and it's not always guaranteed.
Especially when you're up and the other team did miss it. You're forcing them, if Fergus is able to, score 2 touchdowns, they're going to have to go for 2.
So we got a right hash kick right now coming from Noah. See where he squibs this one to. The last time he squibbed it to the left. That's what he does again. Gets it off the hop. It's going to bounce all the way down to the 11, 12-yard line before it goes out of bounds. One more bounce back the other way, and that would have been some phenomenal field position for the defense to take over.
It was a risky play, smart play, because it went out of bounds there by the Fergus Falls return man there, letting it go. Give Fergus good field position, but he was hoping and praying that was going to squirt to the left and not to the right.
Yeah, and you know what? So now the ball comes back out. It'll be placed. Are they going to re-kick it? Looks like they're going to re-kick it. Fergus hoping to get more yardage than what that would have been given on the penalty. So they're just going to opt to have the ball re-kicked. And we'll see what Noah does this time.
And, I don't blame them for doing that. They've had better field position than the 35.
Yeah.
Because they've recovered the squibs. And in the last one, they actually broke through for a really nice return, considering they didn't have a lot of guys to block in front of the return man.
So Noah getting things set up here and getting his players in order. Maybe we should check some halftime scores, too, as we get some time here with the royalty and induction announcements. Not to mention maybe a bathroom break in there, too. Quick sprint.
Too much bubbler.
No, I don't know if you ever have too much. It's coursing through the veins like blood right now. All right, here comes Mick. Minute 27 still on the clock here in the second quarter. Squibbing this time more to the center of the field. It's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line off one bounce. And he's got some room to run, brings it out to the 47 before he's brought down, looks like around the ankles.
Now,
by
did he not catch that on
Kelly.
a knee?
What's that?
Did he not catch that ball with a knee on the ground?
I don't think so. I think it was more of a squat.
Okay.
He got low on it, kind of like a
down and went
shortstop.
up, but I don't know. I know there was a coach down there that was asking the same question. You sure his knee wasn't on the ground?
Well, I guess we'll see it on an instant replay here. I don't think he had his knee down. I think he was more in a squat there, it looks like.
Yeah, I think you are correct.
Yeah, close. Pack in the box here on the offense for the for the Otters, and Bethel trying to scramble to try to get something out of that. He's back in the game after that injury took place.
That was a really good job by him there. They kind of had like a counter pitch pass set up, and we have blown it up, and he just made something out of nothing to get a
He's
couple
hurting
yards.
again. His ankle or his knee or something got a little twisted up there, and he's back to limping again. So this could be a factor in what happens here. Oh, he's down now. Bethel's down. Looking for an injury timeout probably. He just went down. Maybe he's cramping too. Players all ran away from him. Maybe he's cramping up. So we got a minute, or just under a minute, 54 seconds left in the half here. Packed crowd at Blattner Stadium tonight. Beautiful night. Plaza's full. Concession stands are booming. Food truck was here a little bit ago. Might still be out there. And I think this next, trainers are still running out here. So Bethel's gone down a couple times. I think this next minute or so, 54 seconds, is going to be pretty telling of maybe what comes the second half.
Yeah, looking at some scores around the state, just in our section and some teams that we've played. I saw Marshall's in a game there with Orono down in Marshall, 7-6 Marshall at the end of the first half. So, and we all know Orono's got a really good football team, really good program. So
yeah.
Not surprised to see that one close, but I think that might be Marshall's kind of first close test of the year. It definitely is. Looking at their scores, they've kind of hammered everybody. Hutchinson's up 26-0 on Detroit Lakes.
Ooh.
Wilmer's up 21-0 on St. Cloud Tech. Albany is up 22-0 on Little Falls, another game going on in the area. And Becker is losing to Totino Grace by 6, 13-7.
All right. We'll come back more as we get into halftime here. Otters coming back to the line of scrimmage. And I'm trying to see if Bethel is still quarterbacking. It doesn't look like it. It looks like number 3. That's Isaiah Holmes. Gives the handoff to the bottom side of the screen. Stays in bounds. That goes to Froning.
Looks like we're going to get a face mask on the play. Kind of got around. I don't know if we actually grabbed his face mask, but we definitely went up around the head there.
Not something we need right now with 40 seconds left, giving them more field position, that's for sure. Now that picks them up a quick 20 yards or so on the play in its entirety, which moves them down to the 32, 31. 40 seconds left in the half. We'll see in the instant replay there. I don't know if that was a... Boy, I don't know. That was close. In real time, it maybe looked at it like it. Holmes rolling out to the top side, avoids one tackle, then is smoked from behind.
Kind of fortunate he was able to hang on to the ball there. He had it just kind of sticking out on the same side that he got popped by our defensive lineman pursuing.
Minerath on the hit. Here comes the hurry-up offense. Holmes back in the quarterback position, takes the snap, looking to throw. He's going to have to scramble a little bit. He gets it out. Coverage is there by Maddox. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 11. Great coverage by Caleb Maddox on the play.
Yeah, it's interesting. So as Holmes is in, he did not warm up with the quarterbacks at all. I was watching their warm-ups. Had another sophomore that was warming up, throwing it around. He's not listed as, a quarterback. Obviously, he's a starting receiver, but it doesn't look like that he's really comfortable trying to take shots, throwing the ball, which, they have no other decision right now.
Right.
But looked like he was a little hesitant to pull the trigger there.
10 seconds. Sorry, Nate.
No, go ahead.
10 seconds left in the half. Ball spotted on the 31-yard line of the Spartans. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Holmes going to be dropping back, looking to throw. He's going to try to get out to a target in the flat. It's almost picked off again by Tyson Zahar. Tyson on a good read. Incomplete pass. Drops that clock down to 5 seconds. Good coverage by the Spartan defense.
Well, we saw at the end of the first half last week, you and I were talking about, you just throw one deep, there's no risk in it.
Yeah.
Well, we took it back for a touchdown defensively, but I still think if you're Fergus here, you run some verticals and kind of just you let Holmes take a shot, let him throw it, 35 yards into the end zone and see if you can't come down with something.
Well, I don't know what kind of an arm Holmes has. I mean, we haven't seen him warm up. We haven't really seen him throw anything further than 10, 15 yards, so I don't know if he can wing it that far, but they're backed up now, 4th and 11. He's going to try to get, I got some pressure. He ducks out of it, and he's just going to run out of bounds and run out the clock, and that's going to bring us to halftime here at Blattner Stadium. Spartans up 21-6.
So something to note there, that was Bethel in the game. He did come back.
Oh, was it? Okay.
That was Bethel, so I got a feeling we'll be seeing him in the second half.
So here's what we got. We got a halftime show. We're going to start off with some royalty, homecoming royalty. You'll get a chance to see them, get them announced. And then you're going to get to hear about our Hall of Fame inductees being inducted in the ROCORI Hall of Fame tomorrow in town here. So Nate and I will be off the broadcast for a bit, but tune in, get your food, get your drinks, because you're not going to want to miss out on what we have coming up here at halftime. And we'll be back shortly.
This evening, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to recognize the 2025 Homecoming Royalty. This year's court includes Elise Hofer, escorted by Blake Zimmer. Sammy Groinus, escorted by Mason Schmidt. And Eichendorf, escorted by Joey Fuchs. And Lauren Bell, escorted by Matthew Schmitz. And your 2025 ROCORI Homecoming King and Queen are Isla Singwald
escorted by Brody Woods. Let's give a big hand for our 2025 homecoming royalty. Ladies and gentlemen, also at this half, we would like to introduce our ROCORI Athletic Hall of Fame inductees for 2025. This year, the ROCORI Athletic Hall of Fame inducted 14 new members. The spring class had a ceremony earlier this year, and the fall class will have their celebration tomorrow at the Great Blue Heron. Help us welcome our 2025 Hall of Fame class. Our first inductee is Dan Soldner. Dan started in track and field and football for the Spartans from 1996 to 1999. Dan went to UMD, where he was all-conference football player and also a two-time All-American and the Division II national champion in the shot put in 2004. Our next inductee is Jesse Westrup. Jesse was a standout runner for the ROCORI Spartans cross-country and track and field teams. He qualified for state as an individual in both cross-country and track his junior and senior seasons, and went on to be state champion in the 1,600 meter and 3,200 meter run his senior year. Jesse then went on to be an All-American runner at NDSU. Jesse Westrup. Gary Turkowski. Gary was an exceptional three-sport athlete in volleyball, hockey, and softball for the ROCORI Spartans from 1996 to 2000. She went on to compete in all three sports for 4 years at St. Cloud State. Our next Spartan getting inducted this year is Eric Decker. Eric was a standout three-sport athlete for the Spartans in football, basketball, and baseball from 2002 to 2005. Eric went on to star for the University of Minnesota before starring in the National Football League for both the Denver Broncos and New York Jets. Up next, Tom Fodder. Tom Fodder was a standout wrestler for the Spartans from 1991 to 96. Tom recorded 156 total wins, which was a school record for over 20 years. Our next inductee is Josh Lesh. Josh was a tremendous athlete for ROCORI. Josh was a standout baseball player. As a captain, his teams made 2 state tournaments, and he was named All-Conference twice. Josh went on to play 4 years of baseball at St. Cloud State, and then returned home to star for the Springers for 12 years. Schmucker Rasmussen. Amy was a 4-year golf letter winner in the years of 1996 to 2002. She was a 2-time state champion in 2001 and 2002 and was a 4-time All-State first team selection. Mary Kelsey Bregman. Mary was unable to attend tonight as she was welcoming in a new grandchild to the family. Mary was a trailblazer at ROCORI, coaching volleyball, basketball, and track and field. Our next inductee is David Rarick. Dave was a standout athlete for ROCORI, still holding the school record in the 300-meter intermediate hurdles. Dave went on to coach here at ROCORI, and where he also puts in numerous hours, volunteering in numerous capacities. He has a passion for track, all student athletes, and for the success of ROCORI athletics. As he would say, it takes all of us. Justin Stummis. Justin was a standout basketball player for the Spartans from 2005 to 2007. Amongst his numerous accomplishments, Justin was the Minnesota Player of the Year, received all-state honors, and went on to play Division I basketball for Eastern Kentucky before playing professional basketball overseas. Tim Kramer. Tim was an exceptional athlete who competed at a high level in football, wrestling, and track. Tim would become a state champion in wrestling for the Spartans and went on to compete for 4 years at NDSU and Minnesota State Mankato. And a familiar voice, Dave Hinkemeyer. Dave Hinkemeyer has made numerous contributions to the Spartan community as an athlete, coach, play-by-play announcer, and a contributor to so many events for ROCORI. Dave continues to coach, announce, officiate, and contribute to this day. Mark Johnson. Mark Johnson has done all at ROCORI. He coached football, hockey, baseball, basketball, track, and swimming. He also served as a ROCORI activities director and still helps out the Spartans when needed. And our last inductee who could not attend tonight is Jane Wallen. Jane was unable to be here tonight after attending a family wedding. Jane was a staple in the activities office as an administrative assistant for over 20 years. Her work spanned over the tenure of 5 different activities directors as she was the glue for ROCORI activities. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for this incredible group of people. ROCORI's 2025 Hall of Fame class.
Welcome back. Nate, I'm telling you right now, that group of people that was just announced at halftime, unbelievable.
Pretty impressive there, Jake.
Between the accolades of a few, and then you add in the volunteer hours that they give back, or the sport coaching that they give back to, it's just absolutely incredible. We're so blessed to have the lineage of athletes that we've had here at ROCORI, and the fact that they come back still part of the community and and do all the good things here that help us keep progressing in our sports and with our athletes and our community is just fantastic. So thank you to all the alumni that have been announced into the Hall of Fame, inducted in the Hall of Fame here, and we're grateful for you, and we hope that you have a fantastic celebration tomorrow at your induction ceremony. All right, before we get into stats, I got a bunch of ROCORI-specific sport things that we got to run through here quick. JV football, they're still undefeated. They beat Detroit Lakes this past Monday. Ninth grade football played before the varsity game here tonight. They won 26-0, moving their record to 3-2. Girls swimming, we have not had an announcement from them all season, but we got one. Did you know that they've never had a home meet this season because the pool's been under construction?
I had heard that we lacked water in our pool.
Yeah. There is no water. We don't just lack it. There is none. It's a dry pool, but the girls are still 6-3. They're winning the 400 freestyle relay at the Maroon and Gold Invite to the University of Minnesota by 0.07 seconds over Waconia and less than a second over Maple Grove. Sophomore Chelsea Willenbring has had a strong year, winning every individual event. She has swam, had dual meets and invites, and setting a pool record in the 50-yard freestyle at Little Falls. She's kind of good.
Wow.
Yeah, just wait. She's only a sophomore. Junior Ariana Oathwhite has had another good season, winning 2 individual events at the Wilmer Invite, placing second in 1 at Maroon and Gold. Senior Allie Reitmeyer has had numerous clutch wins, edging out opponents in several events when the team has needed her, including multiple personal best times. And at least 5 athletes have won a varsity individual event for the first time in their career this year. This is the deepest ROCORI swim team in the last 4 years. So fantastic job, ladies. Keep killing it. The pool. Boys soccer, number 9 ranked ROCORI boys soccer team finished their season with a 4-3 homecoming game win yesterday. Down 1 goal at half, senior Anthony Gomez scored on 2 free kicks in the second half. They finished their season with the second best record in program history, 11-3-2, scoring 44 goals and only conceding 16. Head coach Chris Stavros was named to the section coach of the year. Congratulations, Chris. Varsity will play at home next Wednesday, the 8th at 7 p.m. in the first round of section playoffs. Girls soccer beat the St. Cloud Crush yesterday 1-0 and has now secured the 3 seed for the playoffs. So great job to the ROCORI activities this fall. Let's see here, Nate. What do we want to? You want to go into some halftime scores real quick, or do you want to go into our stats?
I think we should go into our stats.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's hit our stats up here. So far in the first half, ROCORI has 7 rushes for 46 yards. Fergus has 8 rushes for 37 yards. So pretty neck and neck, about 8 yards difference. Reception yards is where we see the difference, though. Fergus has 4 receptions for 44 yards. ROCORI has 7 for 90 yards.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we've had more success offensively moving the ball, and I think both teams are relying on the short passing game mainly to kind of keep their offense moving, and we're doing a better job of being efficient in that. And we've been able to hit a few for a few bigger plays, like we saw Max hit. I think it was Wanshafi or was it Olmscheid there down the middle of the field there late in the half. But everything is predicated on us being able to complete the stuff short to be able to open up the stuff longer. Part of the reason why we're seeing us have more success offensively than them.
Absolutely, and you look at, one of the things that killed us last week against DL was we had like 85 yards of penalties. Right now, we have 2 penalties for 15 yards, and Fergus has 3 for 15 yards. So we've dramatically decreased the penalty yards so far. But that needs to continue the second half, because this is where really it's going to make a difference in the game.
Yeah, for sure. And the penalties that Fergus has had has really killed their drives. And I know, I can't think of I know one of our penalties was that face mask there.
Yeah.
Incidental, but ended up, not hurting us. They weren't able to get any points out of it in the first half. So that is a big piece of, the hidden, something that's hidden in the stats a little bit is those, when the penalties, you're able to overcome the penalties, or when you're not able to overcome them, that's when they really kill you.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's a big stat, though, that we knew we were kind of going to get to in this game, but it never really got, I don't think it got announced. Maybe it did, and we had our earmuffs on and didn't hear it. Max Verdeen has now thrown in this game 7 completions for 90 yards. Coming into tonight, Max had thrown for 916 yards. This 90 already in the first half puts him over 1,000 yards on the season. Congratulations, Max Verdeen. That is an outstanding statistic. Good for you. Good for you, buddy. We are proud of you.
Yeah, only 5.5 games in, too. A lot of time to build on that number for Max, and he only really has, he has improved each and every game. Really has accuracy, decision making, confidence, everything. You get to see him growing out there. So, not surprised, but still a big time accomplishment this early in the season.
Defensively, we are doing some great things on defense. I ran into Coach Stark at halftime here as I ran down to the entrance, and I said, hey, good first half. He goes, we're not done yet. We got to keep going. So far, the Spartan defense has 2 interceptions, one by Xander Folkers, one by Tyson Zahar, and looking to get more in the second half. They have not had an opportunity to recover any fumbles yet, so I wouldn't put it past them to pop a ball out here on a carry and maybe jump on one of those for a turnover.
Yeah, for sure. And part of the reason the turnovers are come, especially the Tyson's pick, you get Fergus into a 3rd and long where they feel like they gotta throw the ball down the field, and that's going to put the ball in a little bit more harm's way, and that happened, and Tyson made a great play on it. But there's a lot of things that lead into it, and then when you get the chance, you got to make the play. So we got to do the little things on to start drives, or when we get them into 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 10, to put ourselves in position to make them need to put the ball in.
For sure. Fergus already ready on the field for the kickoff. I think they want to get this half going to see what they can do, but Spartan's going to make them wait, and that's okay.
Yeah,
we're the home team, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure they got challenged at halftime. I mean, I don't know how much adversity they faced just looking at their scores. Most of their scores, they've won by more than 2 scores in almost every game. So now they kind of got their backs up against the wall, and I'm sure their staff's interested to see how they're going to respond here.
Oh, for sure. So as this gets ready to go here, and Fergus is kicking off, go through a few scores. Let's see here. What was the one I saw that I wanted to... Monticello's up at Brainerd tonight. They're tied 23-23 with 8 minutes left in the 3rd. Here's the kick. It's going to be a deep kick to Maddox down to the 2-yard line. Maddox going to try to come out, crosses the 20. Trying to bust it back to the middle, cross the 25, cross the 30, gets to the top side, cross the 40, cross the 50. Go, turn him loose, baby. He gets down to the 39-yard line of Fergus Falls. Great return by Caleb Maddox. Hot wheels in motion.
When he caught the kick, I kind of had thought to myself, we haven't seen Caleb return a kick in a couple weeks because nobody's kicked to him, and he made Fergus pay there. The kicker actually took a good angle and made a good play. That was going to be 6 for the Spartans to start the second half.
Fantastic field position for Max Fredine and the Spartan moving crew to come in, beginning offensive series, second half. Spartans come out in a trips right formation. Saul ends in the backfield with Fredine. Brody Woods by himself on top. Fredine out of the gun, 1st and 10. Gives the handoff to Enns. Enns going to break through the first layer to the second. Picks up 5 yards on a hard run carry.
Finished that run strong. Linebacker came into the hole, made the play, but he paid for it, and Saul fell face first on top of him, which is exactly what you want to do when you run the ball, getting 5-6 yards and making the defense feel it.
Spartans come back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 5. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. Trips to the right. Fredine looking to throw. Gets it across the middle and out through the hands of Maddox Abel. Into the hands of Mason Wanshaffe, who runs in to score. Can you believe it? And what a tip drill from Maddox Abel to Mason Wanshaffe.
Yeah,
like it was designed.
Yeah. You made me think so, but by the way Max is reacting on the field, everyone knows that was not where that was intended to go, but we'll take it, and I'm sure demoralizing for Fergus Falls after.
Unbelievable. What an opportunity to put a 6 on the board again with 11:09. First minute of the second half. 11:09 left in this 3rd quarter already. Noah Mick in to kick the extra point. Here comes the PAT, is up, and that is good. And that brings the score to 27-6, Spartan lead. We got to see that on replay, though. That was absolutely insane. No? We don't have it?
So, Jake, you hear a lot of defensive coaches talk about tips and overthrows, right? Tips and overthrows, you got to make plays defensively on that. That's your opportunity to create turnovers. You don't hear a lot of offensive receiving coaches talk about tips and overthrows to create touchdowns for your offense. It's usually not a good thing, but it worked out really well for the Spartans there.
It goes to show when you run your route the right way, good things can happen. See, we got a delay on Facebook here, so I'm waiting for it to come up on that instant replay. Might be this one right here, actually. Yeah, I hit him just right in stride. That was unbelievable. Good luck. We'll take it. We'll take it. Fantastic job. Orono up over Marshall 12-7 right now. Remember, Marshall now 5-0. Orono 5-0. Battle of some heavyweights there. 40-0 Grand Rapids over, or sorry, 40-8 Grand Rapids over North Branch. Wilmer 21-0 over St. Cloud Tech. 33-0 Hutch over Detroit Lakes. Here comes the kick. It's a squibbler kick again from Noah Mick down to the 20-yard line before it's picked up and brought to the near sideline, forced out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Oh, let's see, anybody else in our section? Totino Grace up 20-7 over Becker in the third quarter. Chisago Lakes and Princeton. No score on that game yet.
So yeah, Becker and Princeton as a reminder of the 2 games we got left. We go to Becker next week and then Princeton at home on the last Wednesday night of the year.
Yes, sir. MEA week. MEA week.
Plenty of game left here, though. See Bethel's back in the game here, Jake.
All right, Bethel fakes the pass, gives the handoff. It's going to be a pickup of about 9. That was an oddly blocked play there by number 2, Caleb Froning. This is going to bring up second and real short for the Otters.
Gain of 9 at 2nd and 1.
Spartan D ready to roll. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line of the Otters as they come up second and short. Talaga in motion. Bethel gives a handoff. And they're trying to move the pile. Spartans giving up the first down there, but nothing more.
Yeah, looks like early on here you can see that there's a point of emphasis here from the Fergus on offense to be a little more physical because the line's firing off a little more fire right now than you saw in the first half.
100% true. But I'm telling you right now, you go against our D line, if you're not aggressive, they'll make you pay. 2-by-2 formation. Bethel gives the handoff to Talaga. Talaga looking for a B-gap run. Hits the line of scrimmage in a Spartan wall. Won't get much farther than that. And then Scott blows the play dead, gives him the spot. Looks like he gained maybe a yard on the carry. Brings up second and about 7.
79 Reinhardt in on the tackle for the Spartans. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Bethel and Talaga in the backfield. Talaga moving in motion out to the flats. It's a little flat pass, bubble pass up to the top side. Brody Woods on the pursuit. Forces him out of bounds. Not enough to get a first down, I don't think.
Screen pass is complete to Talaga.
The guy dropped the stick over there, so I couldn't see where it went.
It's like 2 yards, 3rd and 2 here.
Yeah, Brody got there, just made it short. So now you got 3rd down and 2. 2-by-2 formation for the Otters. Actually, it's a 3-by-2. Bethel looking to get the ball out quick and does. Takes a quick out of pocket strike for him. Goes sailing out of bounds, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think the receiver ran his route a little. It was just an out route to the sideline on the boundary. It looked like he
hitched in almost.
Yeah, and it looked like he ran too far. It looked like he broke it at 7 yards, and Bethel was expecting him to break at 5 or even shorter just to get the first down. And the ball was there before he was out of his break.
Right. This is going to bring up 4th down and 2 for the Otters. Bethel got the play, is now running back to the huddle. Spartan defense ready here. Looks like they're packing the box a little bit. Got the linebackers up. 3-by-2 formation, 3-by-1 formation. Ball goes to Froning. Froning's got enough for the first down. That guy runs hard. Spartan tackler is pushing back 10 yards after he picks up the forward progress first down. But yeah, Seth Froning, he runs hard when he runs.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's getting met with contact. Our linebackers are flying around. Our defense is playing a really good effort.
Yep.
A couple plays ago, you're talking about Brody chasing one down. He's done that a couple times tonight. We're playing physical, playing hard, and I think we're making a good offense that's had a ton of success this year, working really hard to try and move the ball on us.
So we got 1st and 10, ball spotted at the Spartan 37. 8:45 left in the 3rd quarter. Bethel got a man in motion. It's Talaga. Bethel gets the pass off over the hands of intended receiver. Can't get a number yet. Number 9, maybe? Tielke?
Yeah.
And that sails over his outstretched arms for an incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd down and 10.
Might have got away with one there. I think we were a little bit potentially early, but maybe they deemed it not catchable. I don't know.
We'll take it. As long as we don't get the laundry.
It's actually a very similar play like an RPO that they threw the first pick on, but he didn't really hesitate to let it rip again right over the middle.
Here comes Bethel in the handoff mode to Froning. Froning be stopped in the backfield, and then he'll keep the motor running and pick up 2 more. This is why Froning's leading the team in rushing yard is right here, is the way he runs the ball. He runs violently and aggressive. Third down coming. We should get the, someone should get the Rat Pack involved a little bit more here.
Something we've seen here at this down and distance is a lot of like a run or something short, trying to get 5-6 yards and make it 4th and manageable. So we'll see if they do it. Looks like they will all the time.
Yeah.
Gotta imagine they're doing the same thing here. If we pick it up, great, but let's make sure we get yards so that we can go for it on 4th and feel comfortable about having a number of different options.
Absolutely. Let's see, Minnesota Wild and the Blackhawks. Wild just went up 3-2 in the 2nd period. It'll be interesting to see how scores pan out tonight, because what happens we're on week 6. What happens in week 6 is you start getting some of the powerhouses who have either been undefeated or have 1 or maybe 2 losses, only a few losses, and they end up going against each other. And next thing you know, someone's going to drop and fall, right?
Yeah, and it's actually the time of year where you can look at a matchup and feel like you have an idea what's going to happen outside of like what our matchups are, just because, you know, it takes a while to figure out what teams are in football. And then once you find out, you got 2 games left, the season's over, the playoffs anyways.
3-by-1 formation. Bethel looking to throw. He's got receivers moving. He's got one coming across the middle. Is that Froning? Froning's got some space, and he gets out. The touchdown is prevented by Cooper Notch racing and chasing him down, but he gained a good 25 yards on that catch and carry.
Yeah, it looked like a good play design there where maybe our flat defender kind of got picked or he got ran off. They were running, you know, crossing routes to the wide side of the field and then ran a guy in the flat underneath, and we did not have a flat defender out there. He caught it and had a ton of room.
A lot of game time left here. 7:55 left in the 3rd quarter. So the whole 2nd half, we've only ticked off a few minutes, 5 minutes or so. Bethel gets the snap, looking to throw out to the wing. He does. It's almost knocked away. Just a hair behind the pass was Caleb Maddox. And they get the touchdown on that.
That's the 2nd time they've ran that bubble out to the field, and we've had a guy kind of try and jump it. Caleb was just, you know, a split second late from at least being able to bat it down, maybe half second from being able to take it the other way. But 6 points there, and we'll probably see a 2-point conversion coming here.
Yeah, we just might, because they missed their field goal, or their point after attempt, I should say, for the first touchdown. See what they decide to do here.
Looks like there was a little confusion because they were running a lot of guys on and off the field there.
28-12 right now, with 7:49 left in the 3rd quarter. And looks like they're going for 2. Bethel's in the backfield with Froning. Froning moves to be right next to Bethel instead of behind him. Bethel's going to roll out to the right. He's got a receiver in the flat looking, and it is incomplete. Failed 2-point conversion. Spartan defense doing a good job on coverage. And the score remains 28-12, Spartan lead. It's been such a busy game. Let us know where you're watching from. So far, we've got Idaho covered. And we're missing California. We got Houston covered.
Spain.
I got Spain covered.
I don't think we'll have Spain next week, so we'll keep
Probably not. I got a feeling London's covered.
Yeah, so, you know, big play there for the Spartans. Something to keep in mind here, you know, as we've talked about the 2 points versus 1 point or 6 points versus 7. It's still a 2-possession game at 16 points. You know, Fergus would need to score and then get 2 2-point conversions.
Yep.
So just something to keep in mind. 3 possessions is a lot, safer lead, especially as we dig into the second half than 2. But hopefully we can throw our offense back on the field and put another drive together.
Well, let's see what happens here, because the last time they kicked down to Maddox, he brought it back 54 yards on a return. So.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth there. I don't think they're going to kick it to 10.
I think they're going to try to kick it to the other side, but let's just see where the ball goes. I don't know how. We haven't really seen a great kick out of this guy yet, so let's see what happens. They're going to kick down to Maddox again. Maddox takes it again at the 2-yard line, comes across the 10, 15, moving toward the 20, finds a gap, gets across the 25 to the 30, breaks across the 40, breaks across the 50. He might get turned loose down to the 30, the 20. He's breaking tackles left and right, returns it, but we got a flag
down.
Way back in the backfield. We got a flag.
We got a holding call, and I think it was the right call, unfortunately.
I don't think many people saw that flag come out, unfortunately, as this is going to be brought back. Let's see what the referee says. It's going to be a holding against ROCORI.
We'll see it here right around the 15 to 20-yard line. We just threw a guy.
Yeah, Van Lloyd just chucked him.
Yeah, once the guy starts to go, we got to let go.
Yeah, that's a hard one right there. So that play comes back after a great return by Maddox. I feel like this is a little bit of deja vu. We had that happen before.
Yeah.
And fantastic run. You can't take that away from him. He broke about 12 tackles, getting himself down to the end zone down there. But the Spartans will take back over. It's going to come all the way back to the 10-yard line.
He's catching his breath here.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs a breather on that one for sure. But then he loses the offensive rep, so let's see what happens here. Quick shout out to Nana and Allen cheering from Lake Forest, California. There we go. Spartans come out in a 3-by-1 formation. Ferdine in the back with Ends. Ends rolling out to the top. Ferdine out of the gun, looking to sprint it out. He's going to try to get around the top side and get tripped up right away. Pickup of about a yard, maybe 2. Yeah. No, sorry, loss of a yard or 2.
Yeah, Fergus did a good job there being disciplined. They filled, the gap we were trying to run through, and backs tried to bounce it out, and they kind of spilled over it. Didn't really have anywhere to go, but really was one initially within filling in where we were pulling our guard or our tackle on the one play.
Here comes a 2nd down and 14 now for the Spartans.
Gotta be careful at this area.
Ferdine's rolling, dropping back. He's in the end zone, floats one out. Almost picked off. That would have been a terrible, terrible mistake.
That was an almost look what I found.
I think he surprised him to the point where it landed right in the breadbasket, and he just wasn't ready and dropped it. We got extremely lucky right there.
A little deflection there, and looked like number 63, Nolan Field, about had his
yeah, I mean, he hit him.
I'm just going to say it might have been his only touchdown in his career, being an offensive defensive lineman.
Yeah, hit him right in the upper chest on the 1-yard line. Dodged a bullet. Ferdine dropping back, sitting in the end zone, gets it out to Wanchaffee. Wanchaffee's got enough for a 1st down, still on his feet, before he's brought down across the 31-yard line by 3 Otters.
What a big play to get us out of the shadow of our end zone there, Jake.
That was needed. That was severely needed. That was getting a little hairy back there in the end zone for Ferdine.
Yeah, and then really, just letting momentum build for Fergus. If they get off the field there, they're forcing a punt. We're punting from our end zone. No matter what, they're getting the ball back in good field position. Now we get to keep our drive lanes.
Got the sticks moving with 6:19 left in the 3rd quarter. 3-by-1 formation with Ends and Ferdine in the backfield. Ferdine's going to hand off to Ends. Ends has one shake and bake and not enough for another. He'll be buried in the backfield for a loss of 3. I think they brought the house on that one.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little more penetration up front, which is causing us to try and bounce stuff to the outside, and they got guys out on the outside that are sitting there waiting to make plays and wrapping us up.
Bring up 2nd down and 12 for the Spartans. Same formation. Ferdine's going to try to get some positive yards on this as he drops back. He's got a receiver. He's going to tuck it and go, though, and he'll be brought down for a further loss of yards.
Yeah, we got beat on the right side of our line there. Kind of number 7 for Fergus Falls, Trenton Juilliard, kind of came off, made a move, and beat us pretty clean and forced Max to try and slide up. They didn't have anywhere to go.
Tell you what, though, this third quarter slump, we've been here before, so they got to dig out of this a little bit quicker. 5 minutes left in the half, or in the third quarter, excuse me, and Spartan's coming out in quads right. Ferdine looking to throw. He's got some guys open if he can get him the ball. He's looking deep. He's got Noah Olmscheid. Olmscheid catches the ball and then gets out of bounds. Almost stayed in. Had he stayed in, he had nothing but green and touchdown in front of him. But it's enough to move the chains for a 20-yard pickup. Great catch by Noah Olmscheid.
Wow. So something, we've still made a few mistakes tonight, but one thing that we've seen is we've been able to recover from
Yes.
it. Like showing a little resilience. That's an area of growth I think that you could take away from this so far tonight is, our ability to bounce back from a negative play or a penalty or, get behind the sticks. And we've done it twice here on this drive, and that's been something that's taken us off the field almost every time leading into this game.
Now, like I said, that third quarter slump was upon us, but it's not new. We've been there, and that helps. Power play coming in here. The snap goes to Maddox. Maddox will be wrapped up, pick up about 5 on the carry out of the jumbo package before he's slammed to the ground.
Say, hey, Caleb, you rested? All right, go in there.
Yeah.
We're going to run you 5 times in a row here. Try and find the end zone. You deserve that touchdown on the kick return. Now you just got to earn it again.
Yeah, that's why we condition, right?
Oh.
Get her back. This is going to bring up second down and about 6, maybe 7, close to 7. Jumbo package for Dean and Maddox in the backfield, ends on the flank. Snaps going to Ferdine, and the whistle's going to be blown, and we have encroachment. I hope.
Well,
I don't know if it's, got some attitude going on down there right now.
Oh.
Little sass. What's he going to call? Looks like encroachment. Yes, sir, on the defense. That's going to give us 5 yards. They're going to bring up second down and 2.
I have to see the play again, but it looked like maybe they're just going to go low here on the line and try and just muck it up. Because did you notice they blew the play dead, but they had 4 offensive line laying on their faces, when they blew the play dead.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if they were trying to hold off on jumping and just landed that way or what their game plan was. But regardless, they get called for it, and it's second and 2.
Spreading out of our personnel with the jumbo package.
3-by-2 formation, empty backfield for Dean out of the gun, looking to throw. Gets it out to Enns in the flat. Enns can't hang on. Did he hang on? He did hang on. Holy buckets, what a catch. As he gets upended, Enns getting upended for a pickup of small yardage enough to move the chains. That was a heck of a play by Saul.
They get upended, that's for sure.
Got hit low, got hit high. Hung on to the ball. Great job by Saul.
Nice catch.
Little Dr. Susie there.
Move the chains.
Spartans moving the ball, moving the chains. Now ball placed on the 33-yard line of the Otters. Trips to the left. Maddox by himself on the bottom. Ends in Ferdine in the backfield. Ferdine's dropping back. Got a target. Going to take a strike to Maddox. Maddox is going to be just over his hands. Just overthrown. Great route by Maddox on that play. That'll bring up second down and 10 now. I agree with that strike. I think that's a perfect time to try to take one.
No, I agree too, especially with, teams are really trying to take away Caleb. So at a time where you can get a guy in man or single, just one receiver or one D-back in him, you got to take your chances because, most of the time in the last couple of games, there's 2 guys with him.
Well, not to mention the fact that very few can actually keep up with him in a one-on-one. Here comes the second and 10 attempt. Ferdine's giving the handoff to Enns. Enns going to shake and bake. Get across the 30. Almost breaks another tackle to pick up that first down, but will pick up, maybe 5 yards on the carry, which is going to bring up third down and 5. Maybe that's a long 5. Third and 5 I'm going to go with.
Probably
Spartans
4 down
need to-
territory here.
Yeah. Need to pick up a first down here. I don't know that you need to worry about a touchdown strike as much as just pick up a first down.
Just keep sustaining this drive as long as you can. More than anything, you keep getting closer to more points, and time comes off of that.
Ends bounces out to the flat. Verdeen's looking to throw. He's going to pump fake once. Now he's got to scramble. And he doesn't get enough on this third down for the first down, I don't believe.
No, but he did a really good job of picking up positive yards, and is going to put us in a really good spot to go for it.
You're right. I mean, we're 4th and just short.
Definitely closer than it appeared right away.
Yeah, that scramble was impressive. The pump fake kind of held up the defense just a little. He got wrapped up just before he could dive far enough for the first down. So we got 4th and about a yard, half a yard down here.
Got our big guys in. Yep. A little power football here, Jake.
Oh, yeah, we're going to try to ram it down their throat. Jumbo package in. You got Woods, you got Van Looy, you've got Maddox, and the ref's going to blow the play dead. I think we got a timeout for ROCORI just before the snap. 2:26 left in the third quarter. 28-12, I don't know, man. I think we're going to get this one. I think they're going to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, I like the timeout there. I mean, you're in control of this game. You can use your timeouts. Like, big play here, keep the drive alive, give yourself an opportunity for 6, give yourself an opportunity to run some more clock off. Make sure you got the play in that you want, and everyone's lined up accordingly, and we're not going to make a mistake that's going to keep us from, picking it up. Make them stop us, don't stop ourselves.
Absolutely. They're in a two-strike game right now. At 28-12, we put another 6-7 on the board. That's going to help us dramatically. Just get a little more comfortable. Not that we can let our foot off the gas at all, but because I know what will happen if we do. We get too comfortable, right? You get too relaxed, and that's when bad things happen. So
for sure, but pick this up and put points on the board. You're really putting them with their backs up against the wall versus 3 possessions versus 2 possessions. We've talked about that a little bit already.
Okay, 4th and short. All Verdeen or Maddox has to do is get past the line of scrimmage. It's going to go to Maddox. Maddox and try to get a pass out the backside, and he does. It's a one-shot. One-shot, he scores! Great play coming out of the Spartan timeout. Maddox to Wanchaffee on a quick little dump pass. No one back there expecting it. Catching the Otters by surprise to go up another 6.
Caleb's having himself a ball game.
Yes, he is.
What a play call, though. We've just been a step ahead of them. One area we've grown a ton offensively this year is we kind of finally figured out what worked for us, but then we've grown off it. It wasn't like, hey, we've got these couple of things. Okay, these are working, and then we're adding to it, and we're becoming tougher and tougher to defend as the season goes on, which is exactly what you want.
Exactly. You're not peaking too early this way, and it's been a good, solid progression each week as Noah Mick's kick is no good. That's his first miss on the season.
That's on me. I brought it up. Sorry, Noah.
So that brings ROCORI 34 to the Otters 12. And the defense will have another shot on the field here for a turnover and see what they do. You know what? I have been extremely impressed with the defensive consistency this game. They've had a few plays where they've broken down, but they've had a great run of getting some major holds on some down and distance plays. It's been fantastic to watch tonight.
Yeah, our defense has played really well because, like we said, this is a really good Fergus team, right? We haven't really, one of their touchdowns was on that wheel play. That's a tough one to defend. You could call it a bust. We got hung up in the flat. But for the most part, we've been really assignment sound. I mean, a team like Fergus, they're going to make plays on you, right? They're going to be able to move the ball a little bit, but we've done a really good job of, they say make them snap it again, right?
Yep.
And just continuing to make them snap it and sustain drives, and it's paid off because we've got them off the field, and a couple times Fergus has taken themselves off the field with their own penalties and mistakes.
Well, and I tell you one thing that I've also been impressed with is the offense just keeps adding new wrinkles to some of these formations each week, and it's really hard to predict what's going to happen when they're running through their practices as an opponent, right? And you've seen what you've seen, but you haven't seen it all.
Well, and we've talked about it, like with the heavy personnel, like they're gonna throw out of it at some point, but they needed to wait for the right time, and they obviously thought tonight was the right time.
Here comes a squib kick by Mick, and it's bobbled. Did the Spartans recover? Referee says yes! Yes, the kick return. Kickoff team recovers the ball. I'm not sure who recovered it, but wow. That squib kick coming in clutch as they couldn't handle it down on their own 20. It was like Blake Kelly was one of the first down there.
Charlie
Upgren maybe landed on it though.
So if you, it looks like they're just kicking it around back and forth. Each of them are trying to pick it up, and every time they move, they hit the other one.
Unbelievable.
It's like playing pinball down there.
Yeah. Little boot hockey going on the 20-yard line, and the Spartans come out the victor.
You know, I'm a little bit surprised here, Jake, that we're not coming out in our heavy personnel, like just to punch them, just to sit, put the nail in the coffin.
Well, let's see what happens. We got quads right, Woods to the top of the screen. Ferdinand's in an empty backfield. Out of the gun, end stand still looking for the screen. Now he's moving. Ferdinand's going to have to run on this and get some scramble yards, and he does, before being shoved out of bounds. He maybe pick up a few. With 2:04 left in the third. Talk about winning the special teams game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's with us getting a return called back for a holding.
This is going to bring up second down and 9 for ROCORI. They're going trips left, Woods alone on the bottom. Saw Len split a little wider this time from Ferdinand. Ferdinand's out of the gun, gives a handoff to Ends. Brody Woods with a solid block. He took that guy all the way to the interior.
He did exactly what you wanted him to do there. He cleared it out and gave Saul a one-on-one, and they made a good play on it. But that's exactly, you get a guy in space with one guy to make miss, and we just weren't able to make him miss.
I'm telling you what, you can't get out of the meat hooks of Brody Woods. He's got such a reach on him. His arms are so long, and he's so strong. He will take you to the next county on a block.
Yeah, Jake, I figured that out just as a basketball coach. I had to guard him one day in practice for some reason, and
that was the last day?
He just threw me around like I was a rag doll.
Here comes play number 3, third down and about 7. Ferdinand dropping back, looking to throw. He's going to have to move. He's got pressure. Get rid of the ball. And pump fake, stays in bounds somehow. Did he get a first down on that?
Looks like they're marking him about a foot short.
That was an amazing scramble by Max.
Cheapers, how did he stay on his feet?
I don't know how he stayed on his feet, but I don't know how he stayed in bounds.
He's done that a couple times tonight, though, where Max does a really good job.
Eyes downfield, gives the pump fake, avoids 2 tacklers with the pump fake. Yeah, good job by Max.
Yeah, Max.
Way to sucker the defense right into what you wanted them to do.
Yeah, he's not the fastest guy on the field, but he does a really good job using his feet properly.
4th and about a yard. Jumbo package. Goes to Maddox. Maddox trying to break through the side. I don't think he got it.
No.
They brought the pressure on the left where Maddox was going. He got upended, and I think he ended up short with a turnover on downs with 1:07 left to go in the third. Little disappointed we didn't score on that drive after that solid recovery.
No,
but they took a lot of time off the clock in those 5 plays.
Yeah, it's tough to not make them pay for that massive mistake, but the clock is definitely against Fergus, and be able to run a little more time off still hurts them. I think that's the first time all year that we've had a negative play in that personnel pack.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. All right, this is going to bring a 1st and 10 now for the Otters. Ball spotted on their own 14-yard line. Let's see if the Spartan defense brings some pressure.
Like
they're going to pack the box on offense here with Froning in the backfield next to Bart Bethel. They got 3 slot receivers to the right. Quick pitch out to the right. Bobbled the pitch. I didn't even hear the whistle, but all of a sudden the play stopped. That was weird.
I think
incomplete pass.
Yeah,
okay.
Pitch might have been forward.
Did it hit the ground?
I didn't think. I couldn't tell. I thought he kind of shoelaced it, but
maybe it hit the ground. They called that incomplete with a forward movement on it. But regardless, that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now.
And that's why you see that. That's why you see that play design where it's actually a pass, because if there is an issue with the pitch, then it's not a fumble. It's just an incomplete pass. It's not a negative play. Another team can't get the ball.
Bethel out of the gun, gives to Froning. Froning up the A gap. Will get plugged right away by 3 Spartan tacklers. Folkerts. Notch. Nope, not Notch. Folkerts. Who else is in there? I can't see. Their numbers they're turned sideways. Flatten. And that's going to bring up, they pick up about 5 yards on the carry. So third down and about 4 or 5 yards here. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's see what the Otters come to town with on this play. They're going their stack with to the right there. They're going to try to get another pitch out to Froning. Froning's going to get outside enough for a first down. Picks up about 20 yards, 15 yards on the carry.
Good tackle there by Caleb.
That'll move the chains and stop the clock as he gets out of bounds as well.
Yeah, definitely created a hole there for him, but Caleb kind of might have saved a touchdown with that tackle.
This brings up 1st and 10. Clock is ticking down. They might get this. Will they get this off? They are going to try to get it off. Okay, they get a quick pass out to the bubble. Number 5 gets the catch. That's Micah Johnson before he gets smoked. I thought he was going to fumble on that play.
Yeah.
He did a good job of hanging on to the ball because he got wrapped up pretty hard on that catch. End of the third quarter now. Spartans up 34-12 as we move into the fourth. Good solid 3 quarters of football so far for ROCORI.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of things right through 3 quarters. Just make sure we finish it, doing things right through the fourth.
I know, we talked about this at the beginning of the game. Eric Decker gave the pregame speech, and maybe he needs to give the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
You're going to fly him back out?
Well, I don't know if we can afford to fly him back out. Maybe Bubbler will.
I'll let you take care of that conversation.
All right, let's check a few scores while we're waiting here. Oh, let's see what we got. Let's go to 4A football.
Looks like we have an untimed down going on.
Untimed down? How does that work?
Because there was the penalty.
Oh, going to be chased down by Renner Haven. Sacked! Recover! Did we get it?
They called it down. I don't think he was actually
Oh,
down.
he was. There's no way he was down.
The ball hit the ground before his knee did, and the ball forced it.
Tell you what, ends should be coming unglued down there at this point. That was pretty obvious to everybody. Yeah, he's got his hands up on the sidelines going, are you kidding me? How do you miss that? That's disappointing right there.
Yeah, he put the ball down to stop his fall, and the ground forced it out of his hand.
That's a bad call. All right, Zimmerman's 56 over Big Lake 16 with 8 minutes left in the fourth. Marshall up 13. They won. Marshall beat Orono 13-12 after being down 12-7.
Figuring out ways to win. That's what good football teams do.
They do, man. They stay undefeated. Grand Rapids over North Branch 40-8. Chisago Lakes Princeton 0-0. 11 minutes left in the first. They must have gotten started pretty late today. Hutch over Detroit Lakes 40-7 at the end of the third. Wilmer smoking St. Cloud Tech 21-0 at the end of the first half. Oh, anyone else? Becker and Totino Grace. Totino's up 27-13 over Becker at the start of the fourth. And that's about it in 4A, 5A. Monticello taking off on Brainerd 52-29 with 3 minutes left in the fourth. Must have just stuck it to him all of a sudden late in the game, or late in that half there. So let me check on stats here. I think Baisley sent me some third quarter stats, and he did.
I feel like the third quarter started 2 hours ago.
Run out to the side there by 11 to Laga. You want to go? I'm going to go through some stats real fast here. Let's see. Rushes for Fergus. They have 26 rushes for 125 yards. ROCORI's had 13 rushes for 243 yards.
And that was, if I remember right, at halftime we were pretty even in the rushing category.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And then we got passing yardage here. This is where we start. Rushing yards was 26 carries for 125, and then we have 25 carries for 79. Reception yards, 13 catches for 126 for Fergus, 13 catches for 243 for ROCORI.
Screen pass.
Incomplete screen pass by Bethel. Penalty yards. Do you want to know where this is at?
Let's hear it. Last week you said that you kind of felt like we had to.
I'm telling you right now, this is not impressive. Penalty yards, they have 10 penalties for 58 yards. Okay, we have 6 for 65 yards.
Well, I think, do we have 3 personal fouls?
We just got to shut down the penalties, man.
Don't dare fake this if you're Fergus, do you? 3 possessions is a lot with only 11 minutes left.
Almost blocked. Fair catch. Oh, no. Oh, get on it. Get on it. So Maddox bobbled the fair catch.
You know, I think
recovered it.
That play, though, is a little bit of it encapsulates a little bit of this game. I mean, we made a mistake. It didn't end up killing us. But part of that was, you know, the Fergus guys running down.
Yeah.
Stop.
They
saw him fair catch. They stopped. If they're doing their job, they should be standing there and at least have a chance to recover that, I mean, but they just quit.
You watch any level of football on a fair catch, they go right up to the guy on a fair catch, and they try to wait for that ball to be dropped. So we get lucky again. Fergus not doing their complete job on a special team. That works out in our favor. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans with just the start of the 4th quarter, 11:06 left in the game. Up 34-12. Spartan offense going to talk this one out real quick.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see.
Kind of get a game plan in place.
For sure. I mean, at this point, you know, you're trying to get a couple first downs and most importantly, avoid
bleed the clock, right? Yeah, don't make a mistake and bleed the clock out. Spartans coming out in a stack, trips to the left. Ferdine and Upgren in the backfield. Ferdine's going to give the handoff to Upgren. Upgren's going to try to get around left C gap, be met at the line of scrimmage by a couple of Otters. Sounds funny when you say that, right? A couple of Otters met him there and brought him down. He'll get a yard or 2 on that carry. Charlie Upgren having a good game, really good varsity game tonight.
He does a really good job, but he runs low, he runs hard. He's not a big guy by any stretch. He's got some quickness and he sees the field good. And
he's aggressive.
Yeah, he's really aggressive.
Runs aggressive, plays aggressive, gets his nose in there when he needs to, and is not afraid of the contact at all. 2nd down and 8 or 9 for the Spartans. Trips to the left. Upgren still in the backfield. Ferdine looking to throw. He's got receivers all over, but he's got a scramble. Gets it off, 2 ends. It's knocked down, incomplete pass. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long. These are the ones we wanted to avoid.
They are, and it puts you right in the situation that we were talking about, though, of, you know, we got to do a good job here of not making a mistake just because we're in 3rd and long and trying to pick it up. At the end of the day, we would rather have to punt than give them the ball back here at our.
Absolutely, yeah. 25, don't give up the field position by any means.
I mean, obviously, we're trying to make a play here, but be smart.
Spartan offense waiting for the play. I think they're going to use the play clock here a little bit more efficiently.
Got 8 seconds.
Get this one off. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the top. Ferdine in the gun. Upgren out to the flat. Receivers moving. He's got one open coming across. That's going to be a caught pass by Caleb Maddox. Not enough for a 1st down. 4th and short.
Yeah, very short.
Oh, they gave it to him. Yes. All right, there we go. That moves the chains. Great job, Caleb Maddox, getting that extra yard that was needed to move the chains.
This feels like all year it's been a big struggle for us in 3rd and long and being able. Not that it's easy to convert those, but then all of a sudden tonight it's like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're converting them.
You know what, though? We talked about this, Nate, and I think that it goes back to when we said progress week by week. You get 1% better every week, you know, and the Spartans have been doing that and taking some pride in that as well. Ferdine and Upgren in the backfield. Little tag team duo. Ferdine's going to fake the pass, try to get up to A-gap on a dart. Does, picks up 5 yards on the carry on a fake out to the flats.
That's perfect. Perfect first.
That's all you need. Yeah.
That's exactly what you want. Yeah, I think the difference, Jake, is that you saw, you know, a team trying to figure out who they were and what they were supposed to be doing and actually understanding how to execute the foundation of our offense. Well, all of a sudden, they learned how to do that, and then that's when you can add. You can't add to the offense until you can execute the very basics of it.
100% true. And as you grow in that offense, you can do more things in that offense, right? So quads to the right. Ferdine by himself. Out of the shotgun, 3 down linemen for the Otters. Getting some pressure, and it gets blocked. Pass gets blocked, deflected, I should say. Thing falls incomplete. Not quite sure how 3 down linemen were able to get that kind of pressure. Must have been the blocking scheme that we were in.
Yeah, I think we were trying to run a scheme or a screen and get some linemen downfield, but sometimes if a lineman gets through on it too fast, it just completely ruins it because he gets in your quarterback's face, which is what happened there.
Yeah. So now we got 3rd and 5. And they need to make this conversion just to keep the drive going and take more time off the clock. Quads to the right for Dean looking to throw. He's got some time. Lots of time compared to what he's had. He gets to scramble, though, because he can't find a receiver. And I think he's got enough for a first.
You know, another point of improvement, yeah, it's a first down, that I think is worth noting tonight is consistently our offensive line has been really good.
Yeah.
Again, Max has had a lot of time. There's been times where he's made plays with his feet, but it's because he's had time to sit back, look at three different reads and say, it's not there, I'm going to run, or he's had time to let plays develop.
Yeah.
We haven't had that consistently all year long. Tonight, our offensive line's doing a really good job pass protecting.
1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball in the 46. Dean gives the handoff to Enns. Enns will be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He might roll forward for a static. Oh, the lights just got turned on. I actually couldn't even see out the window because the reflection was so bright. It like shut down my whole view of the game there. So I couldn't even comment any further on what was happening until the lights got back off. Here we go. 2nd down and 10. Saul got to the line of scrimmage. We got some different receivers in. I think I see Logan Adams at the bottom of the screen. He's a sophomore getting some playing time.
Yeah,
Might be shuffling some guys in here now.
Yeah, he's rotated in a few times tonight.
Dean's out of the gun. Logan Adams on the route. Dean's going to the top side. He's getting chased. He's going to have to make a move. He went a lot of yards for not much of a gain.
But positive yards, down, inbounds, not an incomplete pass.
Clock is running. Clock is running. 7:45 left in the 4th quarter. Spartans up 34-12 on this beautiful night at Blattner Stadium.
Yeah, we're just trying to put the finishing touches on the performance that I think the coaches would have been overjoyed with if you told them that they'd do this on Monday. They'd take it and run and, you know, celebrate that. So just got to finish it out here with a couple more first downs.
3rd and 8 for the Spartans. Dean out of the gun. And the handoff goes to Enns. Enns breaks through the 3rd layer, picks up the first down. Great run by Saul, getting through the gap nice and quick. Keeps the drive alive. Clock stops to move the chains, but we'll keep that baby rolling here as soon as the chains get moved.
Good run there by Saul. Once again, nice open hole for him to run through by the line and doesn't get hit till he's 4 or 5 yards downfield.
Upgren and Enns are doing a great job of getting through the rotation here. Both of them getting their positive yardage as they rotate. It's a good combination. Charlie coming up and playing a little bit more. Some of these sophomores coming up playing a little bit more. I like the rotation they have going. Dean out of the gun. Upgren taking the ball into the flat on a bubble pass. He's going to break through the 2nd layer. He's going to get popped hard. That ball's coming out. And he gets up from it.
Yeah, and they rolled him down. I don't know if he was down on that either.
But he got smoked.
He got hit hard.
Yeah, he popped up pretty quick, though. Charlie can take a hit like that. He's a tough kid. Watching this replay here as he comes through the bubble. Yeah, that's a big hit there. Number 22, obvious full of love. You got to be kidding me. That's his last name, Full of Love?
That was a...
that was not full of love.
No.
That was a full of anger hit right there. Dean gives fakes the handoff. Ball goes to Adams. Adams has his legs taken out, hangs on to the pass.
First down.
Great job by Logan hanging on, and that's a first down. Tell you what, these guys have taken some impressive hits and hung on to the ball tonight.
If you're a young guy and you want to get on the field and you get your opportunity and you make plays, you get to get more reps.
Here comes 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball now spotted on the 31-yard line of the Otters. Dean's going to be out of the gun. Same crew with him. Enns out to the flat, gets the bubble pass, trying to make some positive yards. Has some great blocking from the receiving core out there. And he'll pick up about 5, maybe 6.
Man, it feels like it is taking forever for the clock to run out.
Well, they stopped the clock here, and I'm not sure why.
Just to spot the ball, I think. Goodness. Oh, timeout.
Okay.
They just said timeout, right?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, shoot, never mind. We missed the flag, Jake.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
What was the call?
Holding.
I think we're trying to match our 85 yards of penalty last week, this week. God dang it.
It's part of our identity, I guess.
Stop holding.
Guys, we don't want that to be part of our identity.
Unbelievable. Stop with the penalties.
That's the other thing we were talking about. Like, all of our penalties are 10 and 15-yard penalties.
Yes.
Too. It's not like a little chippy 5-yard one. Like, they're way more difficult penalties to overcome.
It's ridiculous. We should not have this many penalties. All right, first down and 20.
Ooh.
And they blew this play dead. Did Ends call timeout? He's out on the field. Yeah, he did. Supposed to be a timeout recorded with 4:45 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, I was watching there. Wanshoff, he was at the bottom of the screen there. Hands on his hips, not ready to run the play. Like, what are we doing here? And Coach Ends was trying to call timeout, so he obviously knew that was happening.
Yeah. All right, well, we're celebrating this timeout here for a moment. Let's get some scores. Okay, 5A, final score up in Brainerd. Monticello beats Brainerd 52-29. 4A.
Becker is down by 14, 27-13 to Tino to start the fourth quarter. Shocking to see that these games are just starting. I feel like
there was a
this
really
game
late.
has taken forever.
Well, yeah.
We're ahead of that game.
There's some really late start games tonight. Chisago Lakes and Princeton's 11 minutes left in the first quarter, according to the stat hub here that we're looking at. Detroit Lakes and Hutchinson. Hutchinson's taking it to DL up there 40-7 at the end of the third. This can't be updated because the Wilmer game it was a halftime about 15 minutes ago, and it says it's still there. So
maybe they have Hall of Fame inductions.
Yeah, it's possible. Is this Charlie Upgren on the carry, picking up 11 yards or so?
That's what you gotta love about.
Or is that Saul?
No, that's Charlie.
That's Charlie. All right.
You gotta love it about him though. He just gets popped and
yeah.
Gets back out there. What's he do? He puts his head down, runs between the tackles, runs hard, doesn't go down at first contact.
That's that Upgren mentality. His old man was a heck of an athlete back in the day too, over in Sartell, and played a little at St. John. So little chip off the old block. Quads to the left. Ferdine out of the gun. See what happens on 2nd and 11. It goes to Wanchaffee coming across the gap. Wanchaffee will pick up about 5, maybe 6, and that's going to bring up a third down and about 5, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of Dustin, Charlie's dad, when I had seen him earlier in the crowd, and so when he got hit hard, he was coming out the field. I went and checked to see if Dad had any thoughts, and he didn't seem too concerned when Charlie was coming off the field. He wasn't worried. He wasn't worried about it.
Dusty doesn't get too concerned when Charlie takes a pop. He gets back up pretty quick. 3:33 left in the game. Quads to the right. Here comes Ferdine looking to find a target. He's got one going to the end zone and overthrown for Mason Wanchaffee. Took a strike on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
Probably going for it here. Any other time that we've punted within this area of the field further back, we've kicked it through the end zone.
Yeah.
Right now we're at the 27.
I think
no point risking 7 yards.
I think you just go for it.
Yeah.
You just go for
Especially
it.
the way the defense is playing. I think you've kind of took the spirit of Fergus. It's this game is over. I think you just try and finish it now.
Yeah, I agree. So we got trips to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield for Ferdine. Upgren's going to the flat. Ferdine's got to scramble. Find a target there, Max. He does, and it's caught. I believe that's Wanchaffee on the top side. Gets enough for a first down.
That should be it. Darn near it.
Yeah, I mean, you're close to victory formation, kneeling it out right now with 3:13 left, but
bringing in the backup quarterback, Blake Kelly.
I think we're going to see a number of backups coming in now to get some experience. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how you build your team.
Probably going to see a timeout here at the end of the play clock. We got a lot of guys running in and out. I don't know how many we have in the huddle, and if everyone knows what the heck's going on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what shakes out here. It looks like they got 11 out there.
They do now, yeah.
Kelly's got to get this play off, though, and doesn't. Delay a game on ROCORI unless they got a timeout. Yeah, they call timeout. A lot of subbing right there to try to get this thing set up, and they just couldn't pull it off in time. I'll tell you what, though, 2:40 left in the game. Solid, mostly solid game. The penalties drive me absolutely bonkers. There's no reason to have 75 yards of penalties in the game. But other than that, pretty solid game overall, offensively and defensively.
Really, really solid game. Really good game. I mean, you're never going to have a perfect game. Now, I don't think we can excuse that many penalties. I don't think the coaches will excuse that many penalties.
No.
You always want something to coach up after a game, too, but this has been by far our best performance against the, probably the second best team we've played all year. Meaning, we've won some games this year, but we have not looked like this, and this team's better than some of the teams we've been beaten by one or 2 points in the last few weeks. So really, really good performance that I think should really make our guys believe, hey, we are a good football team.
Yeah, this should be a big confidence builder for him, no doubt about that. Blake Kelly at quarterback takes the snap, gives a handoff to Upgren. Charlie's going to almost pick up a first down. He'll take it down quite a ways. I think he gets down to about the 12, 13-yard line on that carry.
Yeah, I think Charlie came out. It's
Oh, is that different running back now?
Yep. So Ryder Kramers.
Ah, Ryder's getting some action. That's good. I'm a fan of this. I love seeing when you can put your reserves in the game to start getting some experience. Clock's ticking down. We are under 2 minutes at this point. Sidelines are getting all jacked up down here, which is good to see.
Yeah, we got, I think we got the school police officer. He's holding a sign of some sort that I think was getting our Rat Pack
getting some
fired
attention
up.
down there?
Yeah, he's faced the other way right now. So, there it is. I'll let you read that. I can't see it.
Bro, I don't have those kind of eyeballs on me. Yeah, he did have a sign down there.
He's got a smile on his face.
Yeah, he does. That's enough for a first down on the run. Good job there. Reserves picking up some positive yardage as we move toward the end of the fourth quarter here.
Yeah, you can see the boys are enjoying this one on the sideline, as they should.
As they should. Knocking
Really
off a
good
team that's
performance.
5-0 and have kind of run the gamut so far on some other schools that are good programs.
I was going to say, it's not like these guys haven't beaten anyone. They've been beating teams by 2-3 scores,
Yeah.
and we were beaten by 1-2 points.
Exactly.
So just credit to our guys for just getting better every single week.
It's been fun to watch the progress along the way. And next week now we probably won't do much of a post game here just because we got so many things going on tonight. We got to pack up the booth. But
Curfew, right?
Yeah, curfew, exactly. The game next week is going to be a tough one. We are at Becker. So you go into the Lions' Den a little bit. And that game, traditionally, Nate, you and I are going to be in the midst of the Becker crowd.
Yeah.
So bring your thick skin.
Yeah, I have a story from the last time we were there, so
Yeah,
I'll try to avoid that.
It was not pleasant. It was not pleasant. And if we mispronounce a name, they will let us know, won't they?
Yeah.
So that's okay. So we'll be at Becker next Friday night, 7 o'clock start. I'll be up in the crowd and trying to navigate our live stream from the home sidelines, home bleachers.
Yeah, and they'll be maybe out for some blood. They first of all, we've had their number over the last few years. Number two, they're coming off a loss. I think they're going down to 3-3. I don't know when the last time Becker was 3-3, but it hasn't been recent.
Yeah, it's been a while. We're just creeping under a minute here in the game, and our sidelines really starting to celebrate now.
Yeah, the crowd's giving a round of applause, which they
I get the standing O, man. They're getting the standing O for knocking off the 5-0 Otters here tonight.
Not only knocking them off, but just the performance that they put forward.
Yes.
It's what you want your football team to look like. We talked about it. I think we left like our Princeton game and it was like, well, what is our identity? Like, what are we doing? And to be where we're at a month later is really a credit to the kids and a credit to the coaching staff. They're doing an excellent job, and kids are bought in.
Spartan fans on their feet here at Blattner Stadium in ROCORI as the clock ticks down to a Spartans victory over the 5-0 Fergus Falls Otters. Spartans coming out of this thing 5-1 now, moving into next week against Becker with a 34-12 win. And congratulations to the ROCORI Spartan football program on a big win tonight here at Blattner Stadium. We will see you all next Friday while we are in Becker, 7 p.m. start. Get logged in and get ready to go. That's going to be a dogfight as we head over there across the highway. Folks, we hope you have a great weekend. Congratulations again to all of our Hall of Fame inductees being inducted into the ROCORI Hall of Fame tomorrow. Catch your college games, UND, NDSU, cheer on your ROCORI alumni as they go to battle tomorrow in their games. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you all next week.